Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Sexy Girl live show, and this is the big one. The moment that people said wouldn't even happen, and we are here. And we are here with such incredible people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God is great. Hi, everyone. This is the show.
Said God is great. Let's go.
What happened this week, huh? Anything big?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think anything happened.
Topics. I don't know.
We might have
Big
to,
news, the thing everyone's been waiting for all this
improvise.
time, the release of the Meta Quest 3, right? Right? Right.
Oh shit! Wow. Well, I don't even know how to. I'm kind of all messed up of sorts. I don't even know how to do this. What do we normally do? We talk about Asa first. Hi, Asa. How are you?
I'm tired. I'm good. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Oh man, I just fucking I'm flying right now.
You're feeling it.
That's what's going on with you. Like, how about you tell us how you're doing? What's
conflicted world's a messed up place, but I'm trying to be positive, and there are some major, in terms of gaming news, huge positive things. What can we talk about? The industry will never be the same again. It's gonna be so good to and it's good to chop up with you two on this. Erica reaches out to me, goes, Gaz, are you sure you want me for the ABK one? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? We need you here. Why did you say that?
I saw a mess. Well, I talked to you about that a couple of days ago, but I saw a message earlier on your community tab, and someone's like, I don't know if Erica is the right choice for this, unless you need a pony to beat up or something. I'm like, wow, am I just here as a punching bag? I'm considered
Pony? You're not a pony. I never regarded you as a pony. What the fuck?
You know,
I was about to ask why that was said, potentially. Why you think that was said.
I don't know. You know,
I know why. It's because you liked Bloodborne. Yeah.
Maybe, you know, I do play on my PS5 at times. So, you know, I think it's just kind of what, you know, they just see for my channel at the time. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think people are fickle like that. People are fickle.
Yeah. And then
for me, a PlayStation fan. Crazy.
Right. And the thing is, too, whenever I hang out with you guys or Colt or Alex or whoever, they'll be like, oh, that's an Xbox girl. It's like, it's always, you know, whoever I'm hanging out with.
Yeah.
So I met Colt when I went to PAX West and met with him in the Iron Lords podcast for the first time ever, and we all took a picture together, and somebody so we put it on social media, and like I've never been associated with that crew before, but it's like my first time meeting them, take a picture with them, and somebody's like, because we said all went out to lunch, it was fun, and they're like, I bet Microsoft paid for that meal, huh?
You're one of those now, KBG. You're
I was
under
like, now I'm in that picture. Oh boy,
you're on their payroll. Guilty by association. Welcome. It's too late for you now. And after this show, you're definitely going to be labeled Xbots, because I'm sure little ponies like Nick Barce are watching this eagerly, because Nicola, your favorite fan.
Nicola. Shout out to Nicola.
Poor Nicola. Yeah, shout out to him. I've increasingly felt sorry for him. And after the ABK thing, I could tell it's hurt. He's feeling a certain way. Nicola, I will cease hostilities for 3 minutes. It's a weird kind of intro, but we'll go into it. KBG, talk to me. Welcome again, man. This is the big one, and I was hoping you'd be on here for the celebration of all things ABK, because one, not only because you're one of our longest standing guests, two, because you're such synergy with us, and three, it's because you made a video, your most arguably or definitely most popular video on your channel.
It's hands down my most viral video I've ever done. Yes.
Yeah, it's over like 1 million something views.
Yes. 1.2 million. Yep.
Jeez.
And you better believe that everybody came back to it. Chat, what Gaz is referring to is on my channel. It's like over 1 million views, and Asa can't put it up because it's an Avengers scene. He could do it at his risk, but yeah, it's just, I made a meme video that just like, I made it over a year ago when they first announced something that might have happened this week. January 2022. I put that video up, skyrocketed, and a lot of people came back yesterday and they were like, "We're finally here." We're finally here,
bro. I even had a couple of comments on our, when I made the source video, just a couple of videos, and it was just I just got a notification. I'm just like, oh, this is weird. And I'm just coming back here again, just to know what it feels like. And ponies, I saw you clipping my very same video and sharing it. Oh, is this you guys? This you? When you thought the CMA blocked the deal? Well, you mother. What is this you? Is this you? You think I don't have the receipts? I'm gonna fuck you up so bad. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. This you? Where are you? Where are you? But yeah, it's that video that was brilliant. It was just playing right now on stream, and it was just fucking hilarious. Captain America lying down as Halo. Dude,
somebody pointed out, like, if you're an audio listener, you're not seeing it, but if you're here live, you're seeing the video play out. Like, somebody pointed out, it's perfect that you made Captain America Halo because, like, of the situation that Halo is in. It's like it was getting all beaten up, but it's still technically the flag face or whatever. And I was like, I didn't think of that when I made that. I just knew I needed to make Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man, Gears, Forza, and Halo. That's all I knew. Like, that's all I needed. I was like, so
it's perfect, man. Yeah. And we'll talk about Halo as well, because that's having its flowers. But speaking of flowers, Erica, how are you?
Speaking of flowers, what do you mean by that?
I'm giving you yours. I'm giving you yours. See, I'm so smooth. Erica's for the win. I am grateful that we are graced with your presence after your long hiatus, after popping out a little baby between your legs, and now you are recovering. Well, that's what they come out from. Welcome back to the podcasting circuit, and I'm grateful that you break your hiatus with us. How are you?
Yes. I know it's been a long time, and we've been trying to schedule for like months now. Just babysitter things happening and not happening. So yeah, I'm finally here, and I missed you guys. I'm happy to be here. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. And I'm just excited. I feel rusty though, because I have not been streaming. I haven't been on camera for like months. So if I'm a little rusty, I apologize. But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun.
We're definitely. Oh shit! I just spilled coffee all over my keyboard.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh man!
Not the keyboard.
While I fix that, it's time. Yeah, the battery's running out, and the fucking thing is going crazy.
What are we playing?
So what games have you been playing?
Yeah. Games have I been playing? I don't know. I'm lost.
That's nice.
I'm muted. No, that's because you spilt. Coffee might be more of a problem than he anticipates. He may have fried something that he didn't want to fry. I've been playing loads of stuff. I've finished up my review for Immortals of Avium. It's the first video review that I've done. That's on my channel now. And some other things. Baldur's Gate 3, always. Immortals of Avium, Magic first-person shooter game from EA or EA Originals. Still going through Baldur's Gate 3, which is still brilliant, and still going through various other things. I don't know. Starfield's been on the backseat a little bit, but loads of games going on. What about you, Tony? What have you been up to?
Can I ask? I'm happy to share, but can I ask like just your thoughts on Immortals? Because I don't know. Like I never had any interest in that game, but I'm just curious if it's like, it's passing to you or whatever.
I really enjoyed it, but it definitely has many issues. So, but it's like a 20-minute review, so it's covered fairly thoroughly.
The past month I have been definitely in Starfield. I let it go the past week or two, though.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah. We can hear you. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Starfield, and that is the most like firm I haven't said my opinions on any show so far. I think I just shared my first impressions, I think, with Colt on his show, but like it is the most firm 8 out of 10 game to me. I think it is a good game, but it is just definitely not great, at least in my opinion. Had a good chat with a friend about it last night as to why.
Can I ask you really quickly on Starfield?
I romanced Andreja. literally just before this stream, like just before this, I got Andreja's side quest and it was great. What did you say, Asa?
I just want to know, because you said that you give it like an 8 out of 10, and that's kind of like how well you feel they've executed and what the flaws are and all the rest of it. But do you feel that it's actually as ambitious as was kind of promoted, or do you think they actually played it relatively safe?
So it's kind of like, the reason I give it an 8 out of 10 is because I can see the ambition in it. You know, that's what I was telling my friend last night, is I was like, I can see what they were trying to do for the first time as this studio. And I think a lot of it does do fine. It's just not executed greatly. Like, that's the way I think of it. It's like, I see so many ideas and stuff here, but it just wasn't executed the way I think that could have brought it to like a 9 out of 10 area. But
you're talking about stuff.
Anyway, yeah. For me. But yeah, that was definitely the thing I put a good deal of time in. I've hopped back into Tears of the Kingdom just kind of casually, especially since I went on a trip. I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow. I'm gonna freaking play Cocoon. Chat, I want to know if anybody's played Cocoon, because I see Erica. Okay, we're gonna transition to you, but and Party Animals. I'm gonna play that tonight. And I'm almost just inviting everybody on this panel. I want to make a full lobby room of people playing Party Animals, because that game is an absolute laugh and a half. But yeah, Erica, apparently you've played Cocoon. What did you think of that? Like basically, I'm passing the torch to you.
Is Erica muted for you, everyone?
I can't hear Erica. Yeah.
I got it now. I got it. Sorry.
yeah.
I was trying to get
has this infection spread to us.
I thought it was like, it's me again.
I was going to say, because for the life of me, I cannot get the chat to show on the stream to like read the chat. But anyways, yeah, I played Cocoon, beat it. You know, it's a short and sweet game, but man, that game tests your brain like no other.
Oh no.
Like
puzzle games hurt my brain, man.
It's puzzles, but they're hard. They're actually hard. I had to look up a couple.
The chat popping off for it.
You had to look up a couple.
I did. Listen, it's different. It's different. It's not like puzzles in like, I don't know if you guys have played Planet of Lana or like Inside or like things like that. It's not like that. I'm good at those. Like, that's my jam. Like, that's me.
Because you're like jumping to a different world, like back and forth, right?
Inception level shit on that game.
It's very Inception-ish, and like bringing different universes into another one, and then you're going between them. It's crazy. It's wild. You're gonna love it though. It's really good.
I'm so excited. I might stream it tomorrow. Good. I'm plugging in my Twitch, because I think I'm gonna stream Party Animals tonight and then Cocoon tomorrow. So
definitely do it.
Chat, but
you could potentially finish that in one stream sitting. Depends on how long you're
doing. That's what I hear. I hear it's like Erica said, short and sweet.
It's like 3 hours ish, 3-4.
Yeah, maybe my friend played. Watched my friend do it, and then I infinitely felt better about myself, because after the last time I played Tears of the Kingdom on stream, I couldn't even solve the most basic of puzzles, and I was like, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. But I was proud of myself. I was watching my friend do it, and I'm like, okay, he's taking ages to do this. But even to this
crazy
day, I don't understand how in some of the levels I was like, if you're in the green orb world, how am I in the world and still carrying the orb? If you know what I mean?
So
like, I still don't know how that was happening. I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah, hopefully I'm not like spoiling too much, but yeah, you got like the green, the orange, the purple, and like if you're in the purple world, you got to sometimes bring in the orange one and then go through the white world or the other world and bring it all into the purple world. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it's a trip. It is a mind trip for sure, but it's really, really good.
A different puzzle.
Would you say it's like the length of Inside? Like Inside and Lana kind of around that length?
Yeah, because I played Planet of Lana immediately after, and they're about the same. But Planet of Lana, like, I had no trouble really, because like that's more my speed. And
see, this is how bad I am. I had trouble now and then with Lana, which I really enjoyed that game, by the way. That was exactly what I wanted.
It's really good,
but
too.
I still had some trouble with it. I'm like, I'm such a pea brain of a puzzle person.
Sometimes they get you, and then you feel dumb about it. It's like you got to
exactly. You give up and you look at the walkthrough, and then like the second you see them do something, it's like, oh, why did I?
You're like, I should have thought of that. Yeah, it's one of those, but they're both really good. Game Pass is kind of on fire right now. It's got those. It's got Lies of P. I mean, it's a great time to have. Game Pass right now.
Soon's gonna have a lot more, which we'll talk about.
Yeah,
might as well talk about
I played that.
Transition.
Yeah, let's get into it. I could talk about the other game I'm playing later, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Bruv. This week, it's gonna be fucking sick because guess what? ABK is done, and already we are hearing rumblings of actually Xbox Game Pass's official channel confirmed that you in the run-up you're going to start seeing titles coming in, and I'm hearing rumblings. I don't know if the rumblings mean anything, but if this happens, it's so fucking cool. Transformers. I'm hearing.
Don't play with me, man.
If Transformers comes, man. What's her name? Lulu Massavate. She was because I remember there were rumors of them losing the code and all of this, and Lulu said, no, we've got the code. We haven't lost it or anything. They've got the licenses. And well, ABK, it's done. Finally, the saga, the moment Acer has been waiting for. Why do you look sad, Acer? Why do you look sad? I don't see any celebration or anything. I expected a big grin across your face. It's done. Acer's a pony. Why are you not happy, Acer? Why? I waited for ages. I thought you'd be like, Gaz, it's fucking done. For all your complaints about ABK, why is there no more jubilation on your face? Tell us, Acer.
I don't understand the question. I'm just not very expressive, Gaz. I'm really, really excited on the inside. This is a great day.
I'm really excited on the inside. This is a great day. What?
Have you seen those memes where they just send like a flat face and it's just like at the bottom? That's funny.
That's
like, that's what Ace is. Yeah.
Bro, Acer, what is that bright shirt you're wearing for someone who's so muted? You should be wearing grey. What is that?
So ACG has really nice merch. This is one of ACG's t-shirts. It is nuclear bright. I almost did the stream in HDR just so you could fully appreciate it, but yeah.
Oh man, look, he's got bright merch, man. Shout out to ACG, man. Really nice guy. Well, let me read these super chats very quickly because Shab's being a member for 24 months, bro. You just tune. Well done, Shabs. You are one of the OGs up in this place. And KY Bob, I know you're there. KY Bob, no, first ever member, man. So shout out to him, man. And shout out to 563 of you here. Smash my penis. Cold Weep with a $5 super chat. Gaz has been too soft on these ponies after the deal closed.
Can we run that back? What did you say?
I kept saying the same thing. I thought it sounds kind of. I thought I made that up, but apparently Mr. Beast says it all the time. Smash the like button. I'm like, what? I thought I created that. So if I say it now, everyone is associated with fucking Mr. Beast.
That's been a thing for a while, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody's has been saying that for years.
I actually genuinely thought I did. I thought I did. I at least watched the thing. It's like, smash the like button. I'm like, what? Is that me? No, that's not me. That's Mr. Beast. What the fuck? But Caldweep says, I expected elite level trolling. Have you not been on fucking my Twitter, bruv? The chat demands better. Topic has already started, bruv, and you're gonna get what you've asked for. Faded Blaze, thank you for the $5 super chat. If you wanted to thrash a pony on this platform, we would call in King. Thrash, yeah. King's been he entertains me, but he's not been handling this affair well as well. Face 23, what? I haven't read your super chat. Actually, I haven't. So what's this gonna be? Erica. Oh, he's talking about games. I thought he was going to talk about Power or PlayStation. He always does. He goes, I just started Lords of the Fallen today and haven't noticed many stutters or bad frame rates on the PlayStation 5. And Gaz, that PlayStation, there it is. The PlayStation 5 Pro is coming next year. Listen, ponies, all of you. Let me just say it right now, even though I've said it so many times on this show. The PS5 Pro is happening, 100%. Xbox is pretty much shat the bed on the power narrative already. You don't need the PS5 Pro to really do that, but yes, it's coming next year and you can sing your kumbayas, and by then I'll have a fucking 4090 and I'll shit on your chest in 4K HDR, yeah? And then you can complain your shitty old antiquated mid-gen console, and I've got to have my PC. But it still hurts. It's still. I'm not gonna deny the power narrative, man. Like that thing is. Yeah, it's yours. Gary Barwick. Sorry if I butchered that. With a $5 super chat. Microsoft has an Activision. Sony caused a blizzard. Now we have a new king. It's poetic. When you frame it that way, Gary, it will get a lot of people wet.
I just want to compliment the play on words. The active vision. Good job. Good job.
Active vision.
Oh,
That's
actually, that's
poetry right there. Gary with the poem.
I saw that super chat and I just want to shout that out. That was good.
Okay.
Right. Well, the vision is completed now. Like, this is it. Like, Asa, it's done. Like, surely you have something to add to that. Like, this is big.
It's really difficult to add to it because we've been talking about it for 22 months and there's not been that many like possible deviations or outcomes. So everything you could possibly say about it being finished was said 8,000 times. So I'm like looking around going,
you're not
I don't
feeling
know.
a certain
I really,
way. You just feel like,
it's just, no, the problem for me at the moment is throughout the deal, I've always said that Blizzard is the studio that I care about of those and have all of the IPs that I care about of those, but they're not Blizzard anymore to me. So my biggest hope for the whole thing from start to now is that the Xbox can swoop in and kind of bring them back to their former glory, because I was kind of devastated that I didn't enjoy Diablo 4. That was like my hope. Maybe Blizzard can still pull this off. Maybe I'm going to like this as much as I like Diablo 3 and Warcraft 3 and all of these greats from their past. And I didn't like what they did. And I don't like these $40 skins that they've got in Overwatch and things like that. So I really, really hope that Microsoft can just come in and do a little bit of corrective surgery on Blizzard. But it's going to be a while till we see it. It's going to be Odyssey, their survival game. And I'd say now that this deal has gone through, my anticipation for their new survival game has probably gone up a fair chunk. Like, I'm hopeful that this makes a positive difference on what they can deliver now and fixes the studio that I love. But King and Activision, I care a lot less about.
see,
Yeah, that was a question that I kind of had for the panel in the chat, which was like which of these new additions are you most excited about, kind of a thing. And it sounds like, yeah, Asa, you're saying
Erica?
Blizzard.
do you want to go?
You
first?
know, it's tough for me
You put
because I do.
Sekiro in the trailer for you. I thought of you in the
Well, yeah, Sekiro is technically it's published by Activision, but that is a From Software game. So yeah, I mean, I did.
Are like, oh, that's not. Oh, it's owned by From Software. Like, shut the fuck up! It's in the trailer. That's
But
all I need to know.
I did see that in the trailer, and I thought about it. I'm like, oh yeah, Sekiro's in there, and you never know in the future. Maybe there's a Sekiro 2. Maybe it goes to Game Pass. Maybe it's exclusive. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
From
It's just,
own the IP, but
they own it.
Its
Yeah.
additional is a bit like, huh? Then I
Yeah.
assumed, wait, why is that there?
maybe they
Erica?
just threw it in there to get to people like me. I don't know. Maybe that's what they
Game
want to
Pass
do. Or
is
something.
coming to Game Pass. Maybe that's what it is.
That's
Maybe.
probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
The first, the first one. Like, I know there's a
The
second
first
or
one,
something. The first one.
Yeah. Wait, what do you know, Erica?
What do I know? No, but yeah, I mean, that was in the trailer. I did see the trailer. It was kind of a fire trailer. I got to be honest. It's kind of.
Oh my god!
Kinda
Can
good,
I just
yeah.
okay? I need
It
to
was
like
kinda
jump in
fire.
on that comment because so if you know a little bit about me, in the past I was an aspiring filmmaker. I went to LA. I went to film school. I did a lot of stuff. The background on me, yeah. But the thing that I thought, you know what? I think the thing I want to do most is make marketing. I want to like make trailers, TV spots. I loved that shit. And I still do. And when I saw that trailer, that was dope. I thought that
Right?
was such a good
They did a
like
good job.
I sent that to like a group of my friends, like they're my Xbox buddies, and one of them's like, yeah, but that doesn't say anything. That doesn't say
actually
anything
came.
about the
It
changes.
came
though.
everywhere.
Yeah. But my friend's like, it doesn't say anything about the changes. And I'm like,
Was that after
what's
they
the
smashed
point?
your? Never mind.
yeah, I heard what Gaz said.
Oh, you didn't even get
Sorry, I'm
praised. He was like,
always-
yeah, you did come.
But like,
not
but like
talking
my
about
friend
being
just said, like, but it
smashed or-
doesn't. But this trailer doesn't show the changes that are going to happen. I'm like, dude, that's not the point. When like your friend or relative, whatever, has a baby, you don't look at the baby and go like, I wonder what college she's going to. No, you're happy about like the fact that she was born healthy and like, oh, it's finally here. That's what that trailer was about, and it was so freaking cool. I love that.
It was good.
Was.
It was good.
Na 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 na.
Like
where we go? So the guy sings at the start. Something in the meadows. I was like, and it just took me on that journey. That's what good trailers should do.
Yeah,
that's what it did. Yeah, it's like a journey. It's just showing what's on the horizon, and it was good. I'm not really with the experience you have, with like film and making stuff like that. No comment. And then, but
what do you mean no comment? If Phil Spencer can do it for you, why can't that?
No. I knew that's why I was here, man. I was like, I bet you.
Let me tell the chat and explain to the chat what I'm talking about.
No,
Erica
we're not going there.
Admitted she had a wet dream about Phil Spencer, and she went into gratuitous detail about the position.
No, I did not. That's a lie. That's a damn lie. But that's why I had a feeling. I'm like, this is gonna come up. This is why I'm here. I bet you, low key. That's probably why I was invited today. Talk about Phil Spencer and that dream I had.
I think
no detail.
I think Dead Time has a good point, and they're like, I have to wonder how long they were sitting on that trailer. Like just any day now we can post this at some point. Come on,
tell they had it ready. Yeah, they had it ready. You can tell. And it was good. And I was going to say, I just appreciate really good trailers that kind of hype me up, even if it's like just for a game or whatever. Yeah. I love a good trailer with good music, good transitions, all that. And they did it. They did the thing.
And that trailer was interesting because, like Gaz said, we saw Sekiro. We also saw a prototype, a very small snippet of prototype in that trailer. Yeah,
I think there's 666 people watching. That's kind of scary. But the devil's number. And it happened on Friday the 13th, which is in my life. Yep. It has always been a lucky number for me. I once got expelled from school for reasons I won't tell you, and then I was just like, I'm not going to get let back in school. I was a bit of a miscreant when I was little, and then on Friday the 13th, the school let me in. Otherwise, I was going to be a prostitute or whatever. But I managed to get in school after getting kicked out. Friday the 13th, everyone. But it was a big moment. And I like the trailer. One of the key moments of that trailer, obviously the singing at the start. That's what comes at you. But there's also the Warcraft CGI dialogue. And they were like, we're home. And I was like, yo, yes, home. It's just like new home, new beginnings. And to me, it was thoroughly positive. And immediately off the bat, I was just thinking the same way, Asa, you were thinking. I really, more than all of them, I want to see Blizzard be fixed. And I know Microsoft has a problem with management. I know even with its stellar studios, there are issues like Turn 10, I would say as well. But I feel this is going to be tough. This is going to be, I think one thing I'll say is this. I'll jump straight into it beyond the trailer. I think in general, this ABK deal and the very difficult task of assimilation and making those studios sit in well and build that synergy it's going to be tough for anyone, but Microsoft especially, because they've struggled a little bit. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel it. I feel it's going to sound stupid, but I think it's going to be positive. I think you will see the prototypes. I think you will see Blizzard actually come back. I think you will see StarCraft making like StarCraft Ghost. We can go talk about what kind of things will come back, but that music relayed the kind of hope I wanted of ABK. And like I said before, I will be relentless on Microsoft in my demand for what I want, what gamers want from ABK. But I'm positive. I'm very happy. And consolidation tiers and all that bullshit, I think this is healthy. We'll talk about but generally. I'll speak to each one of you. Kibiji, tell me, what's your general feeling? Are you feeling positive? Are you being unsure? What's the thing that you're looking forward to the most as a result of this?
It's a loaded question. I do want to comment on your because I completely agree with you about probably the biggest concern is the assimilation part of it. Like, because so I saw this graphic that like somebody made that like breaks down. These are what each of the teams now that are under, you know, Microsoft Gaming, and they broke it down perfectly and what each of them are responsible for or are working on or blah blah blah. And it's said in that, you know, like Xbox Game Studios estimated, these are all estimations, like 2,500 employees, Bethesda 2,300, 2,500 employees, and then it says like Activision 7,000 or something, Blizzard 7,000, King, I don't remember how much, I think it was like 1,500 to 3,000 or something. But it's like, you're telling me that you just got a gaming, like, you know, 3 different things, whatever, that is, each of them alone is like the size of Bethesda and Xbox combined? Like, that's
10,000 staff.
10,000. Over 10,000 staff, and that's wild. They're more than doubling the amount of people that are going to be working under Microsoft Gaming now. And we've seen, you know, literally, as somebody that listens to like gaming news every week, we hear so many stories about layoff after layoff after layoff, so many teams getting cut down or just shredded. And so that is something I am also very like hoping that they can pull off. And obviously the workplace stuff too.
You might get that as Microsoft come in making an assessment, and you might see like, hold on, now people are losing their jobs. You can see the like big
which, you know, it's like you got to do what you got to do to keep the businesses going or whatever, but it's like it's just gonna suck to see that if that happens. But then there's the workplace situation too, where I saw somebody say that, and like, that's actually the number one thing, first and foremost. That's the first and foremost thing that has to be is the workplace situations.
Microsoft is the world's #1 best company to work for, like by a degree. How that they will reconcile that.
To go with your like statement about like, I know there's management problems, I have a feeling they're gonna fix a lot of the workplace problems, but I get a feeling a lot of the mismanagement might be because they're such a good company that they just never want to pressure their employees to do anything. And therefore it's like they just start messing up or something, you know. There has to sometimes be the line of like, this is respectful discipline. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to take in.
It is, and it's weird that it's Microsoft. I find it weird that Microsoft is the best company to work for. You would think it'd be like Google, because there was at a time, if you remember, like Google had all these pods where you could sleep, and then the slide, and there was this movie where someone worked in Google. I forgot what it's called, and like that impression was associated with Google, and it's actually Microsoft. Now Microsoft does this. Obviously, they'll. I still feel, I was thinking about the exact same thing that you just said yesterday. Like, they're so nice and such a nice place to work for, but in terms of like actually pulling off like the pressure, the real pressure.
Yeah, just make whatever you want whenever you want, man.
Yeah, I
we got you.
I think the softy approach needs to sharpen itself a little bit, because
just a bit. Yeah.
It's just a good balance. A good balance between the two, you know, having that good work environment, you know, where it's positive and accepting and not like Blizzard was before. And, you know, they clean it up, but then at the same time, you don't want to be too nice, because that's what they get criticized for. Like, isn't that what happened with Redfall? Kind of like, it just kind of, you guys are just free to do what you want. And there was no pressure to like get that thing right, and then look how it launched. So you don't want that.
I mean,
it's like that joke.
That's a good point.
Scotty in the chat, he's like saying things will just be much slower because crunch is heavily discouraged at Microsoft. Like
that's what I was gonna say.
They're super anti-crunch, which is something that just ends up happening with every game towards the end. It's especially towards the end that crunch happens. Like, I read a book about it. It's almost something every single studio deals with, but if they have to do that throughout, that's bad.
Right, because I was going to say, there is that joke that goes around, like, if there's no crunch, the game kind of sucks, you know, and then when there is crunch, they create quality. And if they could just get that balance right, no crunch, but just spread it over time, maybe work a little harder over time, give it plenty of time to marinate, you know?
See, and so time point actually is maybe perhaps manifesting now, because when the games are launching for Microsoft games, Starfield Redfall has got its patch. It has a long journey, but we'll talk. Forza is a game I think has some problems on multiplayer. So Destin say something. There's some features like I don't like on the replay mode and being the GI lighting coming after the fact. Digital Foundry have been talking about Forza and how they've been thoroughly disappointed. And I actually feel the exact same thing about Turn 10. Like, you showed it off a certain way, and it did on PC, and the ray tracing didn't get implemented that much, but you still delivered an excellent, I really stick by my review, excellent racer that will become better and better and better in the future. I love this game. For me, this is the best motorsport game, and I'm not just saying that with the console warring bit. I played for GT. Ace, have you played Forza yet? Have you tried Forza?
Very little bit. I'm like 1 or 2 races into it. And I was quite so it's difficult for me to appreciate the driving mechanics and things like that, because I played it with an Xbox controller on the TV, which is just not how I play racing games. It's why I always said I'm not anticipating Forza Motorsport particularly, because it's just not the way that I play racing games. But I'm going to be playing it as my little community game tomorrow, so I thought I'll give it a go and make sure I'm ready to jump into the multiplayer with those guys, which I will do. I was surprised by my big criticism of Gran Turismo 7 was always that it was sterile and pretentious. Forza is not pretentious, but it is quite sterile. I was quite surprised because previous Forza entries, so 7 and 5 were the last 2 that I played, they still hit you with some style. They weren't Forza Horizon with like the banging music and all the rest of it, but they definitely were more welcoming than this one. I've really not played enough to give any kind of like serious opinion on the game, but I was a bit surprised by that side of the approach. It looks nice. I mean, I played it on the PC, but looks nice enough, worked well enough. Driving mechanics felt good for what it's worth, and I actually really like the simulation handling and the penalties that you can add and all of that kind of thing that has been refined. It does seem to make for... I think if it was in VR and I could be bothered to move my steering wheel over, I'd probably play that one an awful lot. It does a lot right.
The game does a lot right. A lot of people are saying like sim racers really, they're still saying GT is better. I don't understand. That surprises me because I played both. I feel Forza's, and I saw someone who has been a track racer, a serious track racer, and has raced a lot of cars, and says, look, Forza is the one. Forza is the best feeling racer by far from GT. Like he said, they're not. Have
you played it with a wheel though? Or was this person talking about a wheel? Because that's a massive distinction in like the feel of the game.
It's not a wheel. No, not wheel. The wheel person is. I'm sorry, you're gonna kill Erwin. It's just like I forgot your name there for a second. Erwin was very scathing when I met him at Gamescom. It's like, if it's good on the wheel, then I'm happy. Everything else is perfect, but because he was on the inside of thing, I think he play tested it, and he said, but it has to be good on the wheel, and he's really happy with the wheel. Like very different from Forza 7. Still not perfect, but I don't know. I think Forza is going to be. It's special now. It will become even more special later. Sorry, KBG.
I kind of wanted to backtrack to the ABK thing because I had another question.
Oh, sorry,
why
are you
sorry. No.
No, we're talking about
we're using it.
Yeah, and it's Forza going to be good. And Halo, I was going to use it as a Halo example. Look at Halo now. Let's just get kind of. Okay, let's go into Halo. And makes timestamps a fucking nightmare. But Halo.
I was about to say, are you sure?
Yeah, no. Let's just quickly talk about Halo because there's a lot to break down here. But Halo Infinite, man, like it's having a resurgence, pretty big actually in terms of social media talking positively about it. You go on the videos and see the comments, but they were very different before. Like in season 2, season 3, they were like, "What the fuck? Come on!"
Trash.
And then 4, and like you can do it. A new management come in and it's like you can do it, and the community is being very positive. And if you've noticed, I have not been actively toxic against 343 because this is a new team. I can't be harsh on them. They haven't done anything. But I say done anything wrong, but they are doing things right off the bat. Not only is season 5 looking crazy, it's got freaking firefight mode coming back. The maps look sick. The crucial thing for me was custom games finally giving you XP. So we're actually subjected to those custom games because there's some incredible maps on those things. So now you get XP. Everyone's going to be on this playlist. It looks fucking sick. Infection looks sick. The skins even fucking, in terms of like the flooded.
They look
it's
crazy.
Cool. I like that. It's like, oh shit, bro, bring back the flood whenever the campaign's ready. But yesterday they tell you that Halo 3, like 9 of the classic Halo 3 maps are coming. Halo 3 is fucking sick. I've been waiting for those arena maps for time.
An entire playlist made of Halo 3 remake maps. Yeah,
that's mad. A whole
That'd
playlist
be cool.
just for that.
That'd be cool.
I'll be on that, and custom. And I've never been this excited about Halo for a long time. For me to say it now, you know me, I have any reason to shit on Halo, I will.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm actually really excited to play the multiplayer. I'm just cast the single player side. No expectations now. Just surprise me with that. Whatever. I'm not going to get that because that's a long.
I remember I was here one time and you guys were talking about the lack of local co-op and all that stuff, and you guys are trashing it pretty hard at that time. But it's been about a year now, and yeah, it's good to see the multiplayer improving. I'm happy for it, because it's a good shooter. I've played it, I think it's great. It's an excellent shooter. Yeah, it just didn't have the content. It just didn't have it there.
I was about to shout out Jeremy Brown in the chat. He said exactly that. Halo was always good. It just lacked content, but it has everything now.
Well, in terms of content, it still needs region filters for one. That's fucking crazy. Fix their replay mode. I have to check. But you're right, Erica. It was, and I said this in my review, one of the best playing Halos ever. That didn't change. And it's aged very well because in the multiplayer space, let's be real, Halo as an FPS is like that kind of FPS. It's at the top. What comes close? What comes close? Battlefield is having a little bit of resurgence, but it's not.
I know Call of Duty. I haven't kept up with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
but people still buy it. It's still selling. It's going to do its thing. But
and it's consistent.
It's not for me.
But in terms of quality,
it is consistent. But Halo
2 was multiplayer. Even I played it a lot. I liked it. Prestige and all of that. Normally I Prestige a lot more to like level 5 or level 10, which I didn't do with Modern Warfare. And I liked it, but the multiplayer
the thing I like with Halo, like with Halo Infinite specifically, is like it felt very snappy and like satisfying. And the game loop is everything when it comes to every game, especially multiplayer. Like if you enjoy that satisfaction of like flanking and getting those kills and winning, and then you know what I mean, like just having that good time, they have it there. It's always been there, and I felt in Infinite, but like we said, it just didn't have enough content, and the people dropped it. People I played with dropped it, and we just kind of stopped playing, and that happens.
Same thing happened.
Move on to something else. These days, it's very competitive, and you got all these battle royales now. It's a different landscape. So games like that, where you're just constantly in TDMs and like things like that, it's a different climate now. It's got to be a good shooter to keep you playing.
Yeah,
absolutely. You have to be solid shooter as well. And Halo is that game, QBG. Even when have you played it recently? Because I jump in a couple of games.
You're asking me? You're asking me if I play it like every day.
Oh, do you? So why are you so bad at it?
Oh, damn.
Yes, listen, I live in America, so I get the good ping, and the game treats me well.
Wait, hold on.
Because I agree with you earlier, by the way. Like somebody said, like, but now it has everything. It's like, in terms of the content, it has all the content now. I feel like I need to stop myself before I talk about that. But I agree with you that at this point, the things that it's missing is the nitty gritty things. If people are still experiencing desync, patch that up. If like you, if you're in the different territory, they need to, now at this point, I think that's like the main focus that they have to do, because now I'm going to hop on this soapbox. Holy shit.
It feels good, man.
I did a video last week, and it was like the fastest viewed video I have had on a discussion I've ever done. And it was cause like I just am in awe of how much content the game has now. And I'm trying not to sound like I'm a fanboy, but it's gonna be hard because admittedly I am somebody that's played the game since day one. And I've kind of hopped on it at least once every couple weeks. It's been hard. Good. I've never hopped away from it for more than a couple weeks. And so I've seen the progression, and from a game that started out with like 4 to 6 playlists and just like maybe a dozen maps. Now there's like 16 playlists or something like that. It's probably a bit less, but something around that. And there's like over 60 maps.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And if you got, and the whole stupid battle pass thing where get 3 kills with a sniper on this map and capture the flag. They don't do that anymore. Now you just progress your battle pass by playing the game. Just get 10 kills. Just win a match and blah, 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 blah. And there's so much stuff that they've done, like in the FOMO. You can't. I don't want to defend, the shop, but I'm just saying, there's certain things that they're doing with like the battle pass and the shop that like no other live service game is doing. And
Am
that's
I frozen?
shocking. You are.
Erica, you are.
Should I leave and come back? I turned my camera on and it's still frozen. Should I just leave and come back or what?
I don't know.
It's so funny just standing there.
Let me try switching the camera. Maybe that'll work.
But yeah,
it's so funny. Sorry.
As she troubleshoots that. So the game was already great, and then they're adding more, and now Forge, while she comes back, I'll talk over this, but Forge is coming with AI. You can now create your own experiences, putting freaking Banished in the game. You can make your own. I literally saw somebody like get ready. They're like making a map for it, and they're waiting for the AI to come to put them in. And they literally like have the lineup saying investigate site, and when people get there, certain things happen because of all the scripting. Like you can literally make your own little level.
It's like Fortnite's own kind of custom thing now.
Yeah, and they showed off. They showed off how you could actually, yesterday they showed this, you can make it so the AIs are with certain teammates, or you press a button and you spawn them, and if you press that button, these 2 hunters are going to fight alongside you and go after the enemy team.
That's so crazy.
I'm like, that's so fucking sick.
Do you know what's so sick about that? That people, you know what they will do with Forge on that? Like there's this popular set of videos where they put from across different Halo games. Sometimes they pit the AI between each other and record the fight and who wins. And I love watching those just to see who wins. But people can do that like literally in Forge. They can do little machinima takes on it, little mini stories because of the theater mode. Hopefully you can do that. So you can make the storytelling community can use that. And Red versus Blue, man, if they were still doing that shit, do they still do Red versus Blue?
They're gonna have their final season coming up here. Yeah, bittersweet.
Well, then they could potentially use these AI to tell really cool stories with them.
Seriously, I thought of a fun horror map because you can mess with the lighting like crazy too, and like you could literally make the map pitch black, put it in a tunnel, and have one of those berserker brutes. The guys, you make it pitch black and have one of them charging you and make them
scary. You can see the blue light eyes. Do their eyes shine? Look, it's just coming towards you.
Maybe a bit, but like that's what I mean, man. The possibilities, Infinite's becoming what the name is, in my opinion. Halo Infinite is becoming the potential infinite multiplayer game. And I have to cut myself off there because then there's just ideas that I have with that where it's like maybe they just make campaign games and they just keep updating Infinite as the multiplayer. Because at this point, I don't know how you add more content than Infinite has as of now.
See, look how much the sandbox mode, Forge, it was so important to Halo ultimately. It really was integral to its recovery because community playlist was a big boon for it. And now
Forge saved this game, hands down.
Exactly. Forge saved this game. And it's been carrying all the maps because that's all we're talking about is content maps. Now, but you've got Forge with this AI stuff. Can you imagine if this shit launched when the game came out? It would be fucking different.
That's literally what I was thinking about. Because the game right now with co-op, with Coming Firefight, with Forge, with just everything that it's done with the community, with like featuring community maps and rotation, like everything. I haven't mentioned the career progression thing, which is great if you've maxed out your battle pass. There's still something to work towards. Everything that it has. If it launched in this way, I think Halo would have potentially come back on top. I really do.
But I think it's slowly crawling there as far as the multiplayer is concerned. So
they're going to have to market it. Like, I think Halo will have a resurgence when Xbox finally gets behind it. Because right now, it's just 343 marketing it. Xbox isn't really doing anything about it. Until it shows up at like the Game Awards or an Xbox showcase, yeah, that's when maybe it'll have its second chance, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I hope it's...
Anyway.
Do you think Microsoft will push it? Xbox, that's good. That's a good point.
There has to be
basically saying Microsoft has made it, relegated it to secondary or tertiary.
There has to be a reason for it. It's like Sea of Thieves. When Sea of Thieves, when they promoted that Pirates of the Caribbean DLC, game shot up like crazy. And they showed that.
What did Microsoft actually do there? They just showed it off. Microsoft will still show Halo.
That was at the E3 2021 show, which was a dope show. And they showed that trailer there, and ever since then, Sea of Thieves exploded, and now they like totally are on board with it. And so if they add something big to Infinite, then that would probably be a reason to show it at a showcase.
Yeah, it's going to be like Halo. So this is the thing about the Xbox studios, because they give them less crunch time, give them autonomy and freedom and whatever. Their games are designed in a way that get better over time, considerably. It's almost relying on the game getting better over time. Redfall, whatever, Halo Infinite, it's there. Forza will be there. It's like a live service, whatever. That thing is just live service is the kind of the future that Microsoft is already invested in more strongly than we might imagine, and is feeding into their development culture. But at least they don't abandon the games. The games are actually coming out great. They can learn lessons from that. For Halo Infinite gets to this point with all the lessons learned, then going to Halo when the next Halo, bro, Pierre and the team, they need to get their flowers. They've done a great job so far. Season 5 should hit. I mean, Halos are good now. I play it, and when I play it, I tell my friends, "Hey guys, Halo," because I'm trying to bring my crew back. Like, Halo, let's do it.
To bring us back to the main topic, I see KTDA. They're saying Xbox needs to make ABK marketing team the new Xbox One, because in that graph that I was showing earlier, there is like a significantly great deal of an Activision marketing team there and Blizzard marketing team, and they might be able to commingle to help make some great promotional material for. It could be for Halo, it could be for other things. That's something I think people are underestimating, is like not just the studios and IPs, but the technology and other things that like they get with this deal, because there's some good stuff they're getting with it. Yeah,
no, absolutely. Asa,
did we lose Erica?
He has not returned as yet, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Hopefully she will.
Okay, but what do you? Oh, okay, I think she's. Oh, damn! Her system's updating. Windows are updating. Send me an image of it, Erica. I feel your pain.
She's probably watching. Horrible. Maybe.
Shout out to 792 of you. Touch me. Enrique Terrazas. Sexually, always. Terrazas. Sorry, I've killed this, Enrique. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Gaz, I have a question. This is for Erica. She's not even here. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Alvin with the $5 super chat. Xbox will have a far easier time integrating ABK than Sony are having integrating live service. Bungie putting dunce caps on their studios. We'll go back to ABK. It seems like we keep jumping into these other subtopics.
Yeah.
Asa, what you must have surely, I don't know, elated that The Last of Us 2 remaster is coming, and also some rumblings of this factions being cancelled.
I still really, really hope that the Last of Us 2 remaster thing. So for those that don't know, it's based off of a leak. It was like a job listing or a LinkedIn profile where someone said that they've been working on The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. And I hope they've just had some funky grammar and this isn't a real thing. But rumors are fairly strong that it is, and they are remastering that game. It is far too new for ordinary people to play a new version of The Last of Us Part 2 and see a meaningful difference. So I hope that it's not a thing that they're doing, or I hope that it's not a thing that they're hoping that they can charge any significant amount of money for, because that will be... Well, it should be, if you already own Last of Us Part 2 and you bought it like 3 years ago or something, you shouldn't have to pay 70 quid to have like a little bit of haptic feedback in your DualSense controller. Like, they can't do that because normal people will play this and go, hang on, it looks the same to me. You're going to need Digital Foundry to tell you the difference, then you've got a problem.
Yeah. Oh, man. Erica's back, by the way, apparently.
Oh, great.
Yes.
I don't know. He says, yes. I don't know if that's
Am I here?
a decent
Okay,
save.
here we go.
Yay!
Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened. I do
Your
not.
system wanted an update. That's what happened.
My camera, I couldn't get it to come back, and then it froze. The whole computer froze. I had to restart. So
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Should we read the super chat, actually? Hey, Gaz, I have a question for Erica. Does Alex look like Joe Manganiello? Manganieo. How do you?
I don't even know who that is.
Manganiello. Joe Manganiello. Also, would you leave Alex for him? He's free from Sofia Vergara.
Well, just type out the name again. Ever say out the name? So I can type it.
Let me look at this person, and then I can tell you if I would leave him.
Manganiello. Who's Joe Manganiello?
Okay, American actor. Let me see.
Is an actor?
The key thing here, though, is that you didn't instantly answer no. You say you have to look at this person
I'm
first.
so out of sorts right now. I don't even know where I am right now. Okay, I'm like, who is this guy? What are we talking about?
Let me look at him first.
No, absolutely not. There's my answer. Absolutely not.
Okay, that's so
test
random.
me.
Thank you, Enrique, for that super chat. Alvin with the $5 super chat. Xbox will have a far easier. I've heard this before. No. Xbox will have a far easier time integrating ABK than Sony have integrated. Oh, I did read it. Shadow C. I hate that dumbass title Spider-Man 2 about to destroy it. What? I hate that dumb as title Spider-Man 2 about to destroy that console all by itself, but here are 5 for the help. What the fuck? Did you just use broken chat GPT for that super chat? Or am I just being stupid? What the fuck does that mean? I hate that dumbass title Spider-Man 2 about to destroy that console all by itself, but here 5 for the help. What the fuck? Bruv, chat, tell me if I'm being crazy. What does that mean?
That sounded
Shadow.
wild.
Did you guys understand that?
I didn't.
Something about Spider-Man?
I heard Spider-Man.
I'm trying to murk you here. It's just like, what the fuck? Did you just actually do that super chat to troll us? Because it worked magnificently. We were talking about Halo, then we went to Naughty Dog. Erica, man, like Last of Us 2 Remaster, you're gonna buy it. You love it.
I was gonna say, did I come back in time for the Naughty Dog slander? Because I am here for it. I always want to slander Naughty Dog.
Why are you here for it? What's going on?
They piss me off. I can't stand Naughty Dog sometimes. And what's even worse is they're fanboys. I cannot stand Naughty Dog fanboys. They are the worst. The worst.
Why
I don't know. They're
Why are they bad? I'm just trolling. I want to extract out of you an explanation of why Naughty Dog fanboys are the worst.
Because I don't know what any kind of criticism. Any kind of criticism to Last of Us 2, that's basically where it started. And I remember at the time I would kind of give some criticisms about the game and the whole story and everything, and people came at me with pitchforks and
really? Oh shit.
They're very defensive. I think that's like the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
is any little criticism, joke, even a meme, they are upset.
They martyr themselves for them. Like
And the thing with them too is they don't even want to hear it. Nope, it's game of the year. It's game of the generation. And it's like they don't play any games other than that. They don't play any other games. It's like and they say it's like the best soundtrack, best everything. I'm like, dude, you don't play games. Like, there's no other games you're playing then. That's the only way I could understand is like you must not play a lot of games. No, yeah. But in all seriousness, I'm a big fan of the first Last of Us. The second one, not so much. But I loved Factions. I loved it. And people will be like, nobody played Factions anyways. Yes, we did. I played that like crazy on PS3. That was what got me into the ecosystem for like PSN and having a name on there. And it was The Last of Us. So I love factions. So when they said it's on ice, it's delayed, there's no, people are getting fired and all this stuff, that thing's canceled. It's not happening. It's all been canceled.
That's the rumor came out from an unnamed source or whatever, that it's been canceled. And Jason Schreier came, actually, the source is not me, so it cannot be true. Shut the fuck up, Jason.
Did I freeze again?
Well,
what is wrong with my camera? What am I going to do?
Show your frozen. Turn your camera on. It's better than looking at a gray little circle thing.
No.
It's not like
It's just me with almost like a face palm. That's for Naughty Dog. I'm so upset with Naughty Dog.
That's Erica's picture of just like when you think about Naughty Dog, you just get this picture of Erica.
Kill me.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Literally on a face palm moment. That's where it's
goodness. I don't know what is up with this camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Naughty Dog. That's what Naughty Dog fans are feeling. And I saw the beef. Shout out to the few people who were like, yo, what the fuck? Even Porter man. Porter was freaking he was fighting corners. It's like, I demand, welcome back. I demand, this is not good. It's been X number of years. Where's factions? Where's this? Stop making excuses. And bro, I'd be pissed if that was 343. I would be fucking disgusted. Multiplayer taking so long to be released. Fuck off. That's a piss.
Did you see the latest rumor? Oh, it's probably going to be in Last of Us 3. I'm done with them. I cannot. I don't even care.
I'm not buying any more of their future games anyway.
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it.
If that's the third one and it comes in, that's such an L. That means they're working on a third. Is that even confirmed? They're working on The Last of Us 3.
It's like a heavy rumor. It's probably happening. I mean, you could bet on it. It's happening.
Are they supposed to do a space game?
I think that's the other big rumor. It's some new IP in
maybe they have two projects going.
Sci-fi thing. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yes,
I'm not gonna touch my PC anymore.
I have a potentially.
Go ahead.
Yes, I might have a potential saucy take for you.
Here we go.
I don't know if we're supposed
What are you gonna say?
No. It might be a good transition. I don't know if we're gonna go back or if we just want to keep pressing forward. But did the PS5 Slim get revealed this week?
Oh my god, I forgot about that shit as well. Yeah, it did. Fucking hell, man. This
kind of a bad
news. That would have been the statement news, the PS5 Slim being revealed. That would be the number one topic, the big one. But the ABK thing has completely fucking dwarfed it. And it's obviously, it's not even comparable. But before we jump into that, Asa, The Last of Us 2, you've already talked about it, but the multiplayer, that's a fucking would you take a punt on it? Do you say it's cancelled?
Leave me alone. I'm busy fixing things.
What do you mean?
He's messing with things.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I have no take on it.
What about you?
I don't think I have a take on it because I'm not familiar with whatever the story is.
No, okay. I just feel like at this point.
No. The Last of Us stuff. Yeah.
The faction.
Oh, we're jumping around. I'm
So let's just move on and Slim.
The fucking timestamp's gonna be a nightmare. So don't cry, people. Sorry, give me time. We have to scrub through the whole thing. But okay. Well,
see Peter Moreland, PS5 Slim, please. No, actually, he's just saying zzz.
Bro, let's just quickly jump to PS5 Slim. Oh god, that then the fucking price, man, of the digital edition is taking the piss, man. Arrogant Sony is being arrogant Sony like a fucking Apple, man. That is taking the piss.
I'm gonna jump on the train with you, but I do want to give a teeny bit of flour first, being I'm glad that it is a thing. I'm glad that it
exists.
For those, I literally was telling friends about it last night. For those, it's like the Switch OLED. If you didn't have a Nintendo Switch before the Switch OLED came out, you scored, because just get the OLED. It's way better. It's $50 more. If you already have a Switch, don't bother. But if you didn't have one, get the Switch OLED. It's dope. And it's if you didn't get a PS5, congratulations. You waited 2 or 3 years, and now you get an extra 150 gigs in that SSD, because it wasn't at 850 before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you get an extra 150 gigs. For the same price,
or terabyte,
for the same exact price, other than the digital model, that's $50 more. But you got more memory and it's smaller. It's more compact. And thank God, because that thing was a freaking tower.
In terms of the form factor,
it's big.
Yeah, because it's so
it's
ugly. You can't deny that the slim factor, even though it's not that much slimmer, but
they're committed to that design.
Still like
they're
a
committed
Volvo,
to that.
A smaller Volvo.
Yeah, they're committed to that design, and that is the PS5 era. They're not letting it go.
No.
But so that's the only flowers I have to give for this.
Is it taking the fucking piss, bro?
That's the bad part. The stand.
Yeah, what do you mean?
And,
they charge you the stand, the little cheap little shit. Charging 30 quid for that. Fuck off, man. They're taking the piss, man. It's such a piss take. I think it's such a piss take, that stand. It's the slim that's the weak point in this.
So here's my saucy
digital,
take.
Whatever.
Here's my saucy take that I was thinking.
With the digital, you can buy it. What, disc drive? Is it $80 or something for the disc drive?
$80. Yeah.
Fucking the piss.
Now, hold on. Now, I am going to slightly defend the disc drive slightly because I think it should be 70, but there's no way in hell they could price it like $50 to make it exactly the same as the disc version, because that's their way of like, listen, if we install this for you, we're gonna not charge you for that kind of a thing. Like, it's just a business thing. As a consumer, I don't like it, but when I think with the business brain, I get it. But what I don't like is making the digital $50 more than the digital was before.
Yeah,
that's dumb. And not including the
thing. That's the
and
main
not including
thing.
the stand either. That's dumb too.
That's just so dumb, man.
And the saucy thing that I have to say, and this is seriously, this is not like I am not God. I do not know anything. This is pure speculation. So chat, don't attack me. But I think
disclaimer.
If you think about this, okay, this stand business making the digital model $50 more than it was previously. What was it, a month ago? They made like freaking PS Plus almost 40% more expensive.
Yes.
They were the first to jump onto this $70 price tag.
Yep.
And then everybody else, they led that charge. I have a feeling, and I see Tony calling me God. Hold that thought. I think they are jumping on all these things because potentially they know they can get away with it right now. Because a year from now, things might be very different with the subject of this stream. Things might be very different, and they know that. If that shift starts happening where Xbox starts becoming like super big. So you're saying
PlayStation is doing the squeeze? It's doing a squeeze to maximize
they have to do it
value because
it's too late. Because if they do it,
if they can't get away with it,
they know
they can't get away with it later.
Exactly. They won't be able to get away with it. They won't be able to get away with it.
So you're saying they ain't gonna be at the top next year.
No,
I'm saying they will be sweating. I'm saying they will be sweating.
Sweating's different, bro.
And they know right now they're fine. They could literally just do whatever the hell they want and be fine. They'll buy our shit. We're at the top right now. But next year, they know they won't be able to get away with it. If this was next year, there's no way they would make that $450 digital. They would have included that vertical stand. They wouldn't have raised PS Plus. They wouldn't have done this shit if it was next year. I bet you, man.
Oh shit, chat. You know what he's saying, yeah?
It's funny. I thought you were going to take it a different direction because you're like, this is my speculation. I thought you were going to just straight up say they're broke. That's where I thought you were going to go. They're trying to get all your money right now because they're broke. I thought you were going to say that.
They have no money. That's why they find you.
I really thought you were going to go that way, but interesting either way.
Yeah, but he kind of has because he's saying basically that PlayStation is in a vulnerable position.
Do you think that's far-fetched?
No, it's not. When you got a fucking giant like Microsoft spending $70 billion and has just completed it, of course they're shitting themselves. That's a big play.
Even if it let's put it this way, even if
be on the top of their sales charts, it's going to be embarrassing. They're paying $70. That means their players are supplementing Game Pass for us Xbox fans. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This message is brought to you by Salty Ponies and Consent Mike.
I want to hear Erica.
Yeah, it is true.
Damn, I was just gonna let Gaz go. It's okay. But no, I was
Kimchi, are you?
Did I lose my thought? No, I was
Blurry?
gonna say, even if it didn't happen,
Oh, yeah,
like
there
let's
you
say
go.
Sony still stays at the top. Knowing this ABK thing was going on and it's about to go down, they're about to lose that, and potentially lose those games in the future and whatnot. Maybe there could be some truth, like let's do this now because later on, who knows, So I could see that. It's not too far-fetched. I can see it.
I think the main far-fetched part is me saying
this.
next year. I think it's more like 2025. That's when they'll really be sweating. But like,
No, chat. We're saying they're sweating now. They're sweating now.
It's more like the longer they wait on it, then the riskier it gets, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what I could see that.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is a transformative move that will put a lot of pressure on. If like Halo Infinite's live service model starts working, that begins to counter Sony's plans a bit as well, because Halo's going to is turning into a beast. The fuck are you doing, Tony? You're distracting.
I'm sorry. I just remembered a comment I got yesterday that like I didn't even think of this. It blew my mind. They were like, I didn't even think of this. You know how like Game Pass, if it's a first party game and it's on Game Pass, or I think even if it's just on Game Pass, you get a like 5 or 10% discount when you purchase the game.
Yeah.
So that's a thing, right? You get just 10% off. Somebody pointed out in the comment, he's like, do you think that's how like you're gonna have to pay? Not only can you get it on Xbox on Game Pass, you can just play it, but won't they actually be able to buy it for cheaper because they're a game? Because if you're on PS Plus, you're going to have to buy Call of Duty for $70. But if you're a Game Pass subscriber, not only can you play it, if you want to own it, cool, here's a 10% discount on this market. I didn't even think of that. And I don't know if they'll be able to get away. You get what I'm saying?
That'd be crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
Because
they probably have some kind of they might have signed some kind of parody thing to make sure that doesn't happen, but that could happen.
But I haven't heard of that, or unless I'm missing it, chat. Like, if there is that development, Asa, do you know anything about this? Like, COD, they could get the discount through.
More interesting than the price of the actual game itself, because if you got Game Pass, then buying the game is a rare thing. Some people do that, but not many. But the microtransactions, that might actually get them in a little bit of hot water, making everything, like all of the skins and all of the crap like that, 10% cheaper on the Xbox platform. Their package should do that, but that would be offering a diminished service on these other consoles, which they might not be allowed to do. So it's a little bit sticky. Minor, but
so they have
sticky.
to carve out an exception just to negatively hurt their.
You get 10% off of everything except the Call of Duty stuff, because we're not allowed to. So.
We're not allowed to.
That's what I think they'll do.
And they want
I think they'll do that.
They want to, so desperately want to, but we can't because it's imposed on us, this rule. So
it's that, or they make the baseline 10% cheaper on PlayStation for people that don't have a subscription. But they can't. I don't think they'd be allowed with the terms of the deals that they signed to sell things cheaper on the Xbox platform than they do on that one. So it's a little bit. I mean, they might get away with it. I don't know. It's a weird one, like a subscriber discount.
That's a fucking big point.
I see Abdel telling me I'm wrong, but I'm telling you, man, I think every game on Game Pass, you get like that 10% discount.
Yeah, you do.
And I
think I've seen it before. I don't know if it's every game, but I know I've seen it.
It's not. He's saying it's just before it leaves, but like, no, I've done that very rarely. It's very rare. As Asa said, that's a very rare occurrence. But like, some people do it. And I did that once or twice because like I don't want this to leave. Like I want it to stay in my library, and I know it's not a first party thing. So, but if it is a first party thing, you for sure get that discount.
He says that would be for games leaving the service. You might get a discount on early access though. Yeah. So I don't know how that works.
Is there still the PlayStation? Okay. Do they still have? What am I trying to say? I can't think of words. I'm so out of it sometimes.
I'm kidding. Okay.
The games.
What did you say?
No, you know how right now PlayStation has, I can't think of the word, but they get like the betas first, and they have like a partnership right now, don't they, with Call of Duty? Like there's something going on. When does that end for PlayStation?
January 2025. January 2025. Okay. That's when they're.
So I'm thinking right now as we're talking, I thought of like DLC and things like that, because back in the day on 360, we used to get the maps first on 360 when it came.
You won't get them again. There's no way that will happen. They'll
never do that again.
They can't contractually. They're bound. That would be a massive breach.
Oh, I was gonna say
They can't
like, I
offer
wonder if
any
that could happen
additional
again.
inducement, feature parity, content parity, and technical parity. Or
That's what kept 360 like the place to play, because get the maps first, and then a month later PS3 would get them, and that was like a huge thing. That was like a huge thing. Okay.
Yeah, they'll want to. I'm so out the loop. Do that. They want to give us content, and they want to give it cheaper, and they probably can't because of. And Asa, you were saying that it isn't. Yeah, it's just for games leaving the service, the discount.
I'm not sure. All I know is I thought that you get 10% off of everything if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, but I've just opened the store and it's at Forza Motorsport and it's saying it's like $69.99. So it's definitely not on everything, which means they've got as much leeway as they need.
Oh, okay.
I do know Forza and MLB in terms of first party things. Forza and MLB, they're tricky situations. I don't know, but.
I mean, to me, Game Pass is a service I think I'm going to keep on continue running until it becomes unsustainable. No, because it lasts forever. I'm not going to buy these games, so I find that concept weird. Anyway, I guess some people want to own the game.
That was a big sidetrack. Yeah.
No, but yeah, look, the reality of it is that ABK is inside Xbox. So like, it's not even just about COD. We were just talking about COD. But with this deal, you get so many great games. I just want to quickly talk about the games that we can get from ABK. First of all, Prototype. Microsoft would be stupid not to make another Prototype at this point. They've got a Spiderman is going to be a sharp reminder in a week about the value of that kind of open world game. Now, it's not Spiderman, it's not licensed, but there is. They did a push for Crackdown, and Crackdown's
that's a really good comparison, actually. Yeah,
that third push for Crackdown says a lot, because you had to go out of your way, despite all the development troubles and the cloud shit and everything. They still shat out that game, and I actually enjoyed and completed the campaign. Nice. But they struggled. They committed to that game, and this is just here comes Prototype. Lots of positive hype, and you've got this superhero your own. You've got Prototype 1 and 2 were wicked. Like, they were really good games. I love playing that game. It's probably one of my most favorite backwards compat games. And I think Prototype needs to come back.
It's definitely one of the two that I've seen the most like outcry for in terms of games that haven't shown up in years, kind of a thing. I will be the one to say I'm not with you on the front of they'd be crazy. I think they should consider it.
Well,
I think they should consider
the alternative is make license with Warner Brothers or whatever.
Yeah, but the thing that I was thinking about that, because like I really enjoyed Prototype 1 specifically, and it was a dope game, and it'd be great because Xbox doesn't really have anything like that, and that's why I was like, oh, Crackdown's a great comparison, because that's actually kind of the thing that they had that was like that type of gameplay. But there's a part of, and I think this is just me, this is totally just a me thing, I'm just so burnt out on open world sandbox type things. And I'm just like, I feel like we have so many of those now in the market that I'm kind of like, if you bring Prototype back,
I mean, if they start developing it in 5 years, I might be. But if they release that now, Spider-Man is not my kind of game. Prototype was my kind of game. Just like, it's just very different.
Like Spider-Man on PS5.
I actually enjoyed Prototype more than Spider-Man. Now that man's gonna be like, oh, that's a crazy thing to say, but really, Spider-Man's gameplay and combat.
I'm with you, Erica.
Dumb, stupid, and simple.
The combat was sweet, though. I love the combat.
The Spider-Man 2018 was dope.
Did you play Miles Morales?
I played Miles Morales. I played Miles Morales. The 2018's combat is just radial menus, chucking out infinite number of gadgets, and then you're using your web stuff. It's like that was almost secondary. You're just fucking destroying everything.
But you could
I admit Miles kind of spoiled. Miles really spoiled it a little bit with the powers. Because when I played as Miles, I was like,
better. Everyone's I was
actually like
go back to being Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your face is like, I'm a better. And pause there, and then it just cuts back to you, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I was reading chat. I see Colt in the chat. What's up, Colt?
Shout out, Colt. Crispy Bomb. I see you all in the chat.
Erica. Oh, thank you.
Prototype was janky as hell, says the Souza. Yes, it was. Prototype 2. I kept getting powers. And I'm like, bro, I have enough. You don't need to give me anything because I'm just wrecking everything. And then it gives me another power. And I'm like, okay, enough. But I'm still enjoying using that power. It just makes you so ridiculously powerful. It's like Akira. This is the thing for me. It's like people are like, oh, it's so dumb. The game is easy. You just mow through everything easily. So how's that fun, guys? But it's the visual. It's the journey. It's like Akira. Have you seen Akira? No spoiler territory, but Akira is just turning into this mass gloop. That's kind of why I get the visual.
More anti-hero than hero.
Yeah, he's anti-hero. Like you turn into pretty much like a monster, and then you fucking destroy everything and anyone in the way. You don't get penalized for civilian stuff. It's just like, just kill everything, and you turn into Akira. It's like, I'll never forget when you like in a prototype, you remember like when you there's like a form that you get and you go like black armor and then you get the blade with it. I remember, I forgot what it was, but when you go to that black armor form and have that blade, I'm like, I'm a freaking monster. Use the blade. You know? I was more like just AoE stuff, like just fly everything out.
What type of game would you call that? Because that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, oh, I loved Hulk Ultimate Destruction. That was great. And at that time, we're transitioning away from like the Spider-Man 2, PS2, and GameCube game.
Yeah.
What would we call that? Like,
it's easy. You call it an RPG and you move on.
Everything's RPG.
But anyways, prototype.
You play a role, right? I mean, you play a role, so
it's very relevant for the last weeks I've been talking. Why has this come back again this week? I was just talking about this is an RPG. This is an RPG. Everything's an RPG. I just
certain
what's the real one? So I don't even know anymore because the RPG almost sounds like the right one now. Because every game is the same.
Yes, you know why it came back. It's a certain individual who has us all blocked. Talked about it. That's why.
Oh my god, Reforge brought it back to the. Of course,
did you hear? Oh wait. I know this is getting a little off topic. We talked about Forza already, but did you hear him call that a car PG? Did you hear that?
Did he actually say that?
I'm gonna admit though, like that is kind of what the game is. That is kind of what the game is, though.
No, Forza Motorsport.
I just thought it was funny.
He's right. Finally, once in his life, Forza is more than RPG.
Okay, so he's right. He got one. Do you know why he's right?
Because he played Final Fantasy 16, and fucking Tekken is an RPG compared to that fucking game. That's why he fucking loved Final Fantasy. He played Forza. Like fucking hell, this game actually has some options. This game is a fucking RPG. I Reforge Gaming, you melt. Fucking played Final Fantasy 16 is like an RPG. It's because look, I'm not even hating on Final Fantasy. Even Final Fantasy fans who like the game say this is not an RPG. Like it strips it back.
Game.
Bro, God of War has more RPG elements than Final Fantasy 16. That's mad, bro. That's mad. But I still think the formula, I haven't completed it. And I think that I like that they're going for that, but the execution isn't all that saucy, I would say, to perhaps withstand a second release or the next release adopting that combat mechanics. I think you could do it better. I think you could definitely do it better. So I would like him to hold on to that Devil May Cry style shit. But Final Fantasy X2, which I haven't played the remake, which I need to play, the X2 has combat that no one's going to be complaining about. I think old like Mick
I'm still stuck on that you didn't like Spider-Man.
I know
2018 is a shit game, man. I don't know what people like. Shit, stealth. The stealth sections are disgusting. The side options are like chase a pigeon, go into this little lab
Find
and
the backpacks.
But I find backpacks.
The side, okay, I agree with you on the
combat.
side.
Like it's just like the mini maps flashing. Oh, I have to do a QTE here. Hit triangle, hit square. Same button prompts just to get the criminal out of the car. I was like, I've done this so many times. How is this game so well received?
But it's
Spider-Man. That's exactly why.
But you know what? No, you know what?
Spider-Man.
I will agree with you on like the side stuff and the challenge stuff. That got old. I did get tired of that a bit. And then the Mary Jane, I didn't want to play as her, but other than that, I loved it. Other than that,
I don't know why people like that game, and I think it's ridiculous. I actually think it's criminal that Ghost of Tsushima is rated lower than this game. Ghost of Tsushima should have the same Metacritic.
I agree with that.
At least.
I'm a big Ghost fan. So.
It's because people fucking love Spider-Man. Oh, the traversal. I feel like Spider-Man. And who fucking Ghost of Tsushima? They did such a sucker punch. Did a good game. Got the culture right. Made you feel like it with great Japanese dialogue, and made a movie like Hero and House of the Flying Daggers with the freaking flowers and the scenes and the samurai battles.
It's beautiful.
Obviously, had some really redundant fox hunting shit and side content was not that great, but still.
Listen, Ghost is gorgeous.
Spider-Man, fucking. I'm sorry, I'm having this little rant. It's always
let me just
guys.
Can I just
it's
praise Ghost
movies, and that's why Dean shits on Spider-Man. Sorry.
Time out, guys. Time out.
Sorry.
Can we get some love for Ghost of Tsushima, the true game of the year in 2020? That's all I want to say.
What was the other one? What actually won 2020?
Was that Last of Us year?
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Last of Us. Fuck off. Give it to Ghost.
That's what I'm saying. The Ghost is
I was one of the people who's pretty happy about Last of Us Part 2.
And it's an Assassin's Creed type game. Why the hell do I like this game?
Kick him out.
Because it's telling a story. The story is really nice.
To rewind back to the topic.
We're all over. Sorry, we're everywhere.
Because we were talking about prototype, and then it just turned into a Spider-Man conversation. So have fun with that time code. But like,
oh my God.
but you were saying like the codes. Or sorry, the codes. I was thinking about the time codes.
The codes.
Time codes. You were saying like they'd be crazy not to bring prototype back. Like I agree with that. I have like an interesting.
That's good.
I mean, I don't think they'd be crazy, but it's like, I think they should at least consider it. But if they do it, they have to pull it off in the right way. And I don't know. But anyway, I have like
this
a hypothetical
is a whole prototype.
question.
We went on a massive tangent on Spider-Man. I took all this stuff. Come back and we've just discussed one game. Because think about that's just one game. There's so many fucking other games we're talking about prototype. What's your actual game?
Well, so it's not my actual game because what is my actual game? Because I more so had a different question to propose that kind of has to do with what we're talking about, but like
you Blizzard, you've got StarCraft, you've got Warcraft.
I want a return of I don't think it's on a personal level, but it's like I want a return of Guitar Hero. I do. Because that was such a cool idea at the time, and I think it's very disgusting that the only way you can get new Guitar Hero equipment is by buying it on eBay for $200. That's ridiculous. So it's like I more so just want Guitar Hero around just to be able to have it. That's it. That's the main reason. It's not like that's what I personally want. I just want it as an option, kind of a thing.
Do you think people will like it or buy Guitar Hero now?
I'm very curious about that. Yeah, I'm very curious how that'll do. I don't know.
Chat, do you think if Guitar Hero came out, I'll do a poll.
How about instead, if Guitar Hero came out, chat, would you buy it? That's the thing. Would you buy it?
That's what I was going to ask in the post.
Coincidentally,
with people.
I was just thinking about Rock Band the other day, just because my son, he's a year old, and I'm thinking about all these games to play with him and stuff. I'm like, that'd be dope to play some Guitar Hero and some Rock Band with him. Like for me, I would bring it back.
No, it's not a Game Pass game because
I would bring it back.
Yeah.
You could
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like having to buy a plastic guitar.
Yeah.
They'd have to have a controller-based integration, so you could play guitar with your Xbox controller just because of that day one on Game Pass feature. And obviously that will be nowhere near as good, but if they want to do Guitar Hero, they're going to need to think about that.
I see a lot of back and forths when I look at the chat. It seems pretty back and forth chat-wise, but now Gaz has got a poll up. But my other question, well, I guess let Erica answer. Like if you got a game that you'd want to see come back, or just them remaster or whatever. Because I don't know.
Just bring some good games. I mean, I'm just kind of like, I want to see what happens. Just you got the acquisition. It's done. Let's see what happens.
So many games. Crash can come back, or definitely will come back. Crash is being made. They should make it exclusive. No brainer. Don't even fucking put it on PlayStation. Don't put Crash on PlayStation. Make that game has to be exclusive for the
Here's my suggestion.
Fuck you,
Here's
PlayStation
my idea. Here's my idea. I think there is official statement that Phil Spencer said something like we want to like ease back on the annual Call of Duty thing. Now, if that actually happens, who knows? Because that's what Activision is. Activision is the Call of Duty machine. That's what they have basically all their studios working on all the time. That's how they release one every year. Now, I wonder, people have been saying like, let's push it back and make them release one every 3 years or whatever. Maybe. I don't think Xbox would be willing to.
Apparently, they confirmed that they've been
every
working
other.
on. No, they're going to churn one out every year, I think, until 2020.
I thought it was every other year.
Yeah, because they probably have they already have like some things in the works, and there is for sure something coming out. Isn't that the current status quo? Like Infinity Ward and then Treyarch does it every other year.
The 3 studios.
Yeah. There are 3 main, the 3 like main Call of Duty studios is Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer. Those are the 3 main Call of Duty studios. But they also have like freaking Toys for Bob and Beanox and Raven like working under them to support them, and even the very own prototype studio Radical. They're like not even a studio anymore. They're basically like a little teeny tiny support studio that works at Activision supporting Call of Duty games. So what I would propose as like a business owner, I don't think I would want to lose that annual Call of Duty money, but maybe the middle ground. Maybe instead of just making Sledgehammer. This is the actual thing I want most. If you ask what I want most, this is what I want: is Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, and the third one I forget. They are the main studios. They are each Treyarch. Thank you. They are each still working on a Call of Duty game each, or maybe they're all 3 working together on one. Who knows? I think it'd be better if each of them had one, because then there won't be too many cooks in the kitchen.
And they're carry on.
But they no longer have like all these other studios kind of supporting them. And that means instead of getting a Call of Duty game every year, I don't think they would make it the 3-year thing that I've seen some people say. I say every other. I would love to see that. A Call of Duty game every other year.
Every 3 years. Take your time. I would love it.
But like on a business level, I think it's more realistic if they like every other, because they're not going to let go of that cash. They're not going to let go of that.
I mean, it's easy cash. Every year it's easy cash.
Yeah. But if they do that, and maybe even they have the rest of the teams. They have a bunch of people at Bethesda and Xbox Game Studios. You see that Xbox Game Studios, they collaborate all the time. If you look at Halo Infinite's credits, you see the Coalition and Obsidian, all these people, like they helped on the game.
Oh yeah, you see them a lot of
they're in
Obsidian,
the credits.
Other Coalition.
I only know Coalition, but I could have swore I saw another 2 studios on that list. But they do collaborate. They do help each other out. So I'm wondering if that's how they free up Raven, Toys for Bob, and Beanox, and whoever else to just make other stuff. And if that happens, that's the win. Like I'm with Asa, I want to see Blizzard come back to what they were, but I have to admit, if all the Activision studios get freed up to do other things, that'll be bomb. That's what I want most.
And you'll get that. You'll get that. Because that's what's going to happen.
A little bit of crunch, just a little bit.
A little bit of crunch. Just a little bit of crunch never happened.
This sounds really bad, by the way. Chad, we are not saying we applaud crunch. We are saying we
just a little bit of Phil getting in there with his whip. Just a little bit.
A little bit. You just will have Phil Spencer with the whip.
I just want to imagine that a little bit. Come on.
But the actual idea, I think it was kind of funny say this. Like, they literally need now a council. Instead of just Matt Booty managing Xbox Game Studios, they need you're the person managing Xbox Game Studios, you're the person managing Bethesda, you're the person managing Activision, you're the person managing Blizzard, you're the person managing King, and the 5 of us are going to meet up with Phil every month, to check in on things. Awesome. Do that. Don't leave it all on one person or just let everybody do the thing. Have somebody that each of these publishers are reporting to, and each of those team leaders report to Phil.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
I said it in the chat. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
That's what I'm saying. Just the tip.
Look at Ace there. I'll remember the $2 super chat. Sony's roadmap is being held up by the PlayStation 5 kickstand.
Oh no, there's so many memes with that little tiny stand. It's so funny.
Is that, bro? Can we? It's so bad. It's fucking horrendous design. Dick Wingbat, thank you for the £2 super chat. I would love a Master Chief skin in COD. That would be. Isn't it already in COD? No, I think it was an edit that someone made.
No. It's Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six.
Rainbow
Siege.
Six. That was it. That's the one. That was the one. But
which was well-timed promotion, by the way. I hope that like helps season 5. Cutting that
and you know what the funny thing is because of content parity, Master Chief will be available on PlayStation as well. That would be such a fuck you to PlayStation fans, because they'll be like, "Oh, I play with Master Chief," but they would also be like, "Fucking paid for this shit for the."
I mean, you had to do that with Kratos and God of War for Fortnite or whatever. So
I want Microsoft to release this the Master Chief skin for Call of Duty, and then release the number of PlayStation fans who on that platform purchased Master Chief, and then if it's higher than Xbox, it would be you guys want a Master Chief so bad that you'd buy it on your PlayStation. That would be so fucking hilarious. It actually can happen. It's very feasible. Master Chief is most likely coming to Call of the thing, and this is inter-collaboration thing. Asa, are you hopeful? I know you're trying to be positive, but on the staff intermingling and from your observations of Microsoft's internal studios, do you see a lot of that collaborative effort being shown in the quality of the games?
Not soon. It's going to take a long time to integrate properly, but over this is obviously an acquisition that's been made for many years to come. So getting id Tech to work with the Call of Duty teams again is going to be a big deal. Getting all of these teams collaborating is going to be a big deal, but it's going to take such a long time. And there's going to be some, realistically, whenever you get an acquisition of this size, there are going to be cuts to staff as well, which are going to be, there's going to be pain points before we get to anything good, I'm sure. But yeah, of course, there's going to be interesting collaborations. I personally kind of hate cross-game promotions in general. They work for multiplayer trash service games, but I prefer, if you were to start if you were to cross-promote things into the Warcraft universe, I just lose interest entirely, because once you've got a coherent lore and a story that you care for, that kind of stuff just totally undermines it and diminishes it for me. So I'm not massively looking forward to that kind of thing. But if you want to do Miles's Tony Hawk's skateboarding multi-franchise battle royale nonsense with characters from everywhere, then sure, why not? Why not have a bit of fun with it? Yeah.
So you're basically alluding to maintaining the sanctity of the IPs as well.
Not for every single game. It doesn't matter for everything, but the suits don't care about the ones that it does matter for. So just I hope they do take a considered touch with that one.
No, that's a very good point.
I get
that's a very good point. Yeah, because in our haste to ask for all these things, the crossover, it just cheapens the IPs. We don't really want those IPs to be cheapened.
It could look that way. With Fortnite, you have Marcus Phoenix in there, and these other characters kind of running around, and people sometimes they'll tend to look at those original franchises they're watered down, and they're just in Fortnite now, and Gears lost its way.
That way around's okay, right? You put Marcus Phoenix into Fortnite, that's fine. It's Fortnite. You sell things and it's a pop culture pile of shit. But if you put the Fortnite banana guy into Gears, then we have a problem.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true.
The other way around.
Bring in the dancing to Gears, right? Because that's what they'll do.
Look, I've seen people say it's about time. I've seen people say it's about time. Xbox has enough properties now to start a Smash Bros. Like IP. Let's do it.
Tends to have Smash Brothers always withstands all these guys. Yeah, the PlayStation All Stars, there's a lot of whatever it was. There's a stark reminder of people pretending it was good. Then didn't have the long.
They'd have to do something different. Don't I tried multiverses, and I'm I think of Smash too much when I play this. I need something different.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate that. Nintendo is just good in that way. It's the whole thing with Foam Stars looking like Splatoon. It's never gonna come close,
Look, I played that game. It was actually kind of fun.
A party game.
It was kind of fun. I played that. It was decent.
Kung Fu, what was it? And Kung Fu Chaos on Xbox. They could have a Kung Fu Chaos type. If you ever played that on the original Xbox, Kung Fu Chaos. Come on, bruh. You must
love that. I always put this on the same tier as Power Stone. When you play things like Party Animals, I know you like Party Animals, Kibbity, but I play Party Animals and I go, wow, how we've fallen from Kung Fu Chaos and Power Stone.
Yeah, no, it's true. Come on, man. they could do it, and people kind of want it. I would respect them massively for that, because like, oh, you had a good read, because Microsoft is always known for having shit taste. You know, when they had those charts come out and how they valued the like Baldur's Gate and stuff, and there was like 3 million. So there's this theory that Microsoft has a really shit eye for quality. But if they released or put in production a game like Kung Fu Chaos that does the whole Smash Brothers like mixes of different IPs, Master Chief, you have Joanna Dark, you have freaking Crash, and oh my god, Spyro, and then you got Prototype guy as well. You got Warcraft characters, you've got Starcraft characters. This is all the ABK stuff I'm just talking about. You can make a collection just on ABK. But
you could make it a MOBA and call it like Heroes of the Storm. They did that. Blizzard did that with like, and it was interesting.
Heroes of the Storm is that, isn't it? It's literally that. That kind of game, would it suit?
I admit, if anybody could just make some fantastic fan art of like, it doesn't have to be the full characters, just have like the palms of like Banjo, Crash, and Spyro or whatever, just like together, I'll be like, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Big. That would be big. No, that would be.
I'm not even saying a game.
Bro.
I'm just saying like, just do some fan art of that for me, and I'll be like, thank you.
No, bro. If they put into production a platform at Microsoft, if you're listening, just fucking listen to me. I know I'm just a fucking crazy person.
Make some goddamn platformers.
But this time, I'm not being a piece of shit. If you make a platformer, I'm not even a big platformer guy. If you make a platformer with Crash, Spyro, and you put Banjo in there and Conquer and all of that, fuse that in, and you have the fucking insane collab of platformers and make it exclusive to Xbox. And you can make it so sick. You have Spyro's world, different gameplay. You can have Crash, a multi-mega, what's it called?
Sounds kind of sick.
Yeah, and then you like every game stitched like merged together. Spyro's mechanics. Then you go into Crash, you can go boom, like as it's happening. Conquer comes back, and then you got Banjo, and then like a whole mega world of platforms. Even I would be interested. I'd love that.
I'll talk to Phil. I got you.
They're freaking, their Xbox Game Studios publishing team needs to make partnerships too, but just in-house now, I would say their platformer people are Double Fine, and as of now, Toys for Bob. That's their 2 main platformer studios, so we'll see. Hopefully they can do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. They're saying in the chat that sounds awful, Gaz, but
I think it can work. It's actually Miles Dompierre's idea. He years ago when he actually came on here, he mentioned that idea, and that was a very good idea from him. I think it's like
a fresh new Spyro or Banjo specifically, because I feel like Crash got his time. That he got his remasters followed by an actual sequel of a game, but Banjo and Spyro exclusive. Ooh. Banjo and Spyro haven't had anything in ages. So come on,
if they can do that. Forget the
Banjo was awesome.
Even like
Banjo was awesome back in the day. Like, I loved Banjo.
Banjo's a megaton thing.
I loved Banjo Kazooie.
If Colt's watching, he's being pissed right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
he doesn't like to hear about Banjo. Aren't we adults though? I'm like, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit about Banjo at all. But I can appreciate for other people. I'm like, I don't want another Banjo, but other people are gonna fucking love it. So fuck it, give it to them.
See, I'm kind of one of those. I really loved Banjo-Kazooie, but I feel like if it came out now, it wouldn't do well. I don't think
I would agree.
Then me and Colt will say, see, I don't.
Yeah, Colt will be all happy. Let's see, but yeah,
that's how I feel about the prototype situation. Like if like the prototype situation and or Spyro / Banjo, like I think those games people would be happy that they did it, but would they perform fantastically? Probably not. But
yeah,
I don't think generally even Ratchet didn't really do mega numbers, and that was a very good looking game, decent platformer, reviewed well, and. Would we say that the sales of that game have been very strong? I don't know.
I did a video about it's one of my most least viewed videos when I love the topic, which is like I'm advocating for more cartoony like IP to stick around.
Okay.
And
that's
in that
why
video, like
low numbers, because no one gives a shit about
but
them.
that's the thing, like in that video I break down like the sales that Psychonauts 2 did and Ratchet and Clank did that same year that they came out, and I compared it to like Deathloop and another live action property. It was actually very comparable numbers. It was very comparable numbers. Yeah, so I was shocked to see that, and I was like, oh cool, and look, they're both nominated for Game of the Year. Ooh, it sold well.
Yeah, and A Way Out.
Maybe we could actually do this.
A platformer did win Game of the Year. So that's not insignificant. I just feel like but the right kind of, like, look at fucking Nintendo. Nintendo do it very well. If you do it well, we can laugh at platformers actually, but when you talk about the quality of Mario as a video game, the last Mario, it's closer to the nucleus of what gaming is to me. And I was going to burn me saying that, but I feel like that's pure gaming. Like that kind of,
it's
like
the
Mario?
core of it. It's like the base start of it.
That's the core. You can have the gobstopper with the layers inside, but that's what the sour one is, because I love the sour.
No,
because the thing.
No, you don't think that? You don't think Mario? But you have a weird hate fetish for Mario. Let's be real, Asa.
No, not at all. No. I'm actually I honestly, I look at this Mario Wonder that's coming out in like a few days, and that actually looks like it's probably a really good game to me. I don't enjoy Mario's 3D outings whatsoever. Never have. Didn't like Mario 64. Don't like any of them since, and I don't think he's a very interesting character.
You're wild.
You didn't like Galaxy?
You're
no. But it's not just Mario. There's very few 3D platformers that I like.
Galaxy is like one of the best games of all time.
Yeah,
I'm not with you there. I can see, I can feel it. I know your answer is the wrong one. I just don't know why you don't like it.
But you know, he's kind of right.
Defect there, Asa, of your enjoyment of
it could be, right? We've all got our own little tastes and things. 3D platformers have never done it for me, with very few exceptions. Like I really like Psychonauts 2. There are the occasional 3D platformers that I like, but then they're not really jumping based. I don't care for jumping-based 3D platformers.
Let me just, can I just piggyback a little bit? Because I agree to an extent. Because they don't age well. Like, I went back and played Mario 64.
No, but just they don't age well because they were shit at the time, and I was just the only one that recognized it. Carry on, sorry.
No, at the time, listen, Mario 64, when you were there at the time playing games, like my jaw was on the floor when I saw Mario 64. Like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was revolutionary, right? But I was a young kid, and maybe Ace is thinking, "Oh, you're little. You don't know you didn't know it was a bad game." I don't know, maybe. But now that I'm an adult, I played it. I want to say maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It didn't age well.
Well, sorry, I saw
what was always
true. I really want to respond to, but let's,
What were you saying?
But Mario Galaxy, though, I'm like, that's a.
But Mario Odyssey, though.
Odyssey, man.
Odyssey's cool. It was cool.
Nah, Odyssey's the peak platformer. The peak.
Galaxy is fantastic too. Yeah. Anyway,
which one?
We're done. We're sidetracking again.
Okay, sorry.
We're talking Mario. I I did not expect to talk Mario today.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know where the fuck Mario came from, but this podcast everywhere. But that's
platformers.
Platformers.
Yeah.
Venomous. Yeah, that's it. Venomous Viper with a member for 21 months. 343 should be the support studio for Call of Duty. All of the Activision studios do their own thing. What? Who makes Halo in that regard, man? Fucking hell.
That studio is probably all hands on deck for whatever the hell they're doing now.
Bro, they need to get rid of the contractors and bolster that team.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's what's hopefully happening, because they are churning out the content. So yeah. So now 343, man. Trust me. This new guy may have some promise. I feel like a dick for being pessimistic.
I want to defend the earlier people though, because people say that like the new team's doing great, but it's like, look, the new team is doing great because of all the work the old team led up to it. But
couldn't continue, and that's the fundamental problem.
They were working through all the probably technical depth and stuff.
They did build the foundation.
Yeah, so.
And we say it's the best playing Halo game. You have to give them their flower. You're right, absolutely right.
That first year, they were probably trying to figure out how the hell do we even add content, and then once they figured it out, it's like, all right, let's change management and then continue.
Yeah. It's the management issue. They've gone. They're fucked off. It's fine. It's the staff. Hopefully, the developer's still there. The original team. Now they get in Pierre with some new bods coming in, and they're fixing the thing. There's three management structure of almost 3 heads or something. I think if I remember correctly.
4? I can't remember. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that it seems to be working because they're getting organized. Yeah. We'll see. We'll find out in a couple of years whether that's actually. Oh wow! and the new game. Whatever the single player is, Dean Rivera, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. So is Microsoft gonna get a new PlayStation 5 Devkits now they're their own Call of Duty? FTC has made it a big deal. Some would say that's an advantage. So this is one of the things that Sony even cited. They said that we'd have to disclose our new PlayStation Devkits. Because we'll be exposed. Our company secrets will be exposed. They can't avoid that though. They have to give them something if they want. If you want
our game to release on your system, you're gonna have to give us your dev kit.
That's That's a major thing. Even though the industry's moving a certain way, Microsoft having access. And kind of internal NDAs.
Microsoft have access already, right? There's already multi-platform games that Microsoft make. We know that they've got PlayStation dev kits. This was more of a specific point on how early can they give them access to the concept of the next console and things like that. How early can Sony share PlayStation 6 details with Microsoft and give Activision the opportunity to really make Call of Duty take advantage of whatever feature they want in the PlayStation 6? And it's legitimate. They probably will. It will be a bit later now, but it's not going to have any serious ramifications for anybody. So,
no advantages at all to Microsoft that would be significant.
What?
No advantages to Microsoft. You're saying you're saying that look, it's not going to make a big difference.
It was something that we all know that Sony were trying really, really hard to argue against the deal and get it blocked and delayed and all the rest of it, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So they were grasping at straws a little bit, but they were just that was their whole point. We can't tell them about stuff super advanced like we used to. We used to be really close partners with Call of Duty. At the launch of the PlayStation 5, they would have been well in those meetings with Bobby Kotick saying these are the features that we're delivering. Can you make sure that the next Call of Duty is using Tempest surround sound, is going to support haptics on the controller and all of that kind of stuff? They'll just have to have those conversations a bit later. They can't guarantee support for new features in the same way that they could. They can't have that same partnership as they did before. And PlayStation, obviously, we know they've told you that they can't possibly recover from having this relationship damaged. They're gonna have to.
That's what I'm saying. So it's significant. You're gonna get it's weird. They have to disclose that information because Call of Duty is so much, and that I think is a major. It's time. They'll shorten that time, give that information as late as possible. But Microsoft, how late can you be until it factors tactically into, let's say, the start of next gen? So no, which is the principal concern here. So Microsoft has, in my opinion, if you say 2 years, dev time, we can chop and change things quite a bit to make something more potent than the PlayStation. That's why Microsoft, despite the move away from console and everywhere else, which I despise, I think they will still go hard on the next gen in terms of consoles. And this arrangement, ABK, this deal, could equip them, and it should, but you just use your logic, it should equip them with the knowledge that would hopefully craft a serious competitor that outdoes it on a hardware level, because this gen
it does kind of feel cheap though in a way, a little bit, but it's
very Command and Conquer's, bro. Reporting. That's why I put that
they
in my
paid
video.
for it. It's not like they're just doing underhanded stuff. They paid for it, but it's dang,
bam, we bought the table full, all in, bro.
They bought the VIP
Listen, it's
pass.
Sony. Don't fucking dirty. You talk about dirty, and you have Sony in the picture, bruv. They deserve everything. Microsoft is slapping that money in down. You'll be sitting there relying on Call of Duty like a bitch. Go make your own multiplayer games, man. We're doing 10 gas games. No, you're fucking right. We were telling you.
But
these games were sick.
Yes, they don't want multiplayer on PlayStation.
Yeah, no,
Haven't you heard?
Publicly. Well, I'm sorry. You love numbers.
They don't like
you love your
multiplayer over there. Everything's fine. Every time there's mention of factions, oh, we don't need factions. We don't play. They don't play no multiplayer. They don't want it.
It's only BG and JackMove. Actually, forget BG used to be asking for multiplayer, and he was like, actually, he's still there. But JackMove is just like, what the fuck?
Jack's so funny. I love Jack.
Funny.
Shout out to Jack.
I put him in every video now. I'll put Jack in every.
He's awesome because he's a Sony fan, but he will say what he feels. You know,
he's fucking hilarious.
When it's negative, he will speak on it.
But even when he talks
funny.
normally, I just laugh, man, because the way he describes things is so on point. I understand what he's trying to say. Like I don't think a lot of people understand JackMove. I think a lot of people don't like JackMove the way he comes up. I just like the purity of the rawness.
He's fun. He's so funny. I love Jack.
It's really good.
Hilarious. Like, he's just naturally funny.
And then everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Gaz, you like him now because he's shitting on PlayStation." But I like that personality if you're shitting on Xbox, and if he does do that, I'll be very intrigued to see his take on how he do that, because that would be quite funny if PlayStation ever gets to a point where it can make JackMove actually laugh at Xbox, because his anger is directed squarely at Sony, and he is the truest guy there in that platform, one of them, because he's just literally telling you as a gamer. I think he's got it on the money of where he should feel with Sony. And like, I would be like that. I would be like JackMove, and I'd be pissed. You know, how fucking annoying would that be, Chef? For me as an Xbox fan, being that negative. I can imagine, like, you guys complain about that all the time. So if I'm JackMove and I'm complaining that rawly, and you're telling me PlayStation is doing really well in terms of numbers, though. So like, you know, when KBG says his controversial statement, there is some, like, depends on who you ask, because if you like gas, and most of you have literally been abusing gas and bemoaning it to the point where BG has to fight his own chat and JackMove has to fight their own chat when they talk about multiplayer.
They do have to fight their own audiences at times. But that's why I respect them, because they're actually gaming. They're gamers. Like Jack is the biggest one of the biggest gamers I know. He plays everything. Like he'll play the most artsy, smallest indie, and to the AAA, you know, he'll play whatever. And that's why I always respected him and liked him.
And BG's wicked, and he plays loads of games. I'm always trying to catch up with BG, but now I hopefully can, because actually some personal changes. I can't wait to share some tanks. But JackMove, like, BG plays games, JackMove plays games, and they're PlayStation guys, but I love the fact that they play games. Also, they're great guys, and it's quite funny.
You know,
PlayStation has that problem, bro. Come on,
they do.
Erica, it is like PlayStation, man. Being a hardcore PlayStation fan, that they've crafted this narrative. A lot of posturing going on, because they are pissed off secretly. They want to have that big moment, all the things that JackMove is talking about. They want to. Naughty Dog is painful slap in the face that the Premier Studios fucking around making a remaster again after making the Last of Us remaster, and factions being delayed. What the fuck is going on there? That alone is that. And then the cancel factions, and Bungie comes in terms of fuck off. Bungie that made Halo told fucking Naughty Dog to fuck off back to the freaking drawing board. How fucking mad is that? That is an insult to PlayStation across the board. They just said the Halo guy slapped freaking Ellie in the face, like, get out of here. You're not ready for this game.
It almost sounds like, if you're into conspiracies and stuff, it almost sounds like an inside job. Like, feels like, hey, you know, Bungie, get in there.
It feels like
inside job.
Mess things up. Just mess things up.
They said the Trojan pony was Bungie.
No, but no, I was also gonna say, you know, when it comes to JackMove, BG, whoever, and I like to think of myself as this too, is like, when you could love something and still be critical. I think if anything, you should be more critical, because you expect a standard. I'm the same way with like Gears of War. I'm the same way with that. Or From Software. Like if I see an issue, if I see something, I'm going to say something. Lords of the Fallen, that's a Souls-like that just came out, and I have issues with it, performance-wise and stuff like that. I love the genre. I will play them forever, but I could still be critical, So
Absolutely.
I understand that feeling of like fighting off your audience at times, because sometimes my audience will push against me too.
Yeah, because
I'm too critical.
That's the thing, chat. You don't understand it. When Erica is being critical, she's trying to enjoy the game for the game. A lot of people
want it to be good,
instead of pretending it's good. And that's the thing. Like, this is what I'm trying to get chat, because Gaz, you're a pony, because you go so hard on the Xbox games. If I'm going so hard on the Xbox games, it's because I believe in that Xbox game being better. So like, I truly believe in it, because Halo was at the top and it can be back at the top again, because it's so much potential with that genre. Forza as well, I think it's brilliant. I think it's failed on content, but will get fixed over time, because that's where points got docked. But the game and the skeleton are brilliant. Like, visually, there's no excuses. A deep conversation, blah blah blah. I won't go into Forza, but that's what it is. Like, and I believe in Microsoft. Like, the narrative in the core gaming circles hopefully shifts, because, well, PlayStation's massive question mark around its future and roadmap, and its gas and 10 live service gas games are going to, and the internal rumblings that Jim Ryan's pivot may not be working that well, or that's the perception of it. Development there may be development troubles. Every game's going to have multiplayers that are going to dilute the PlayStation brand and what all the PlayStation fans held as that premium PlayStation experience. You may be at a point of no return there, because the industry is evolving. And ironically, Microsoft's and its Game Pass and its suite, like we talked about last week, is more geared to the core gamer in that sense, because Sony's not just doing multiplayer, it's doing gas. You have to make that distinction. If it's pure multiplayer, we're making 10 solid multiplayer games. It's just like, okay. But everything has to be gas nowadays, it seems like, in the multiplayer space. So I understand that. Maybe that, we'll see. The first ever gas game is going to be so important in terms of sending a message.
I mean, games like, the Battle Royale, Fortnites, and things like that just changed a lot of things, for better, for worse. People hate it, some people love it, but it's different now.
The industry is evolving. People play those games, they're popular for a reason. That means obviously we're getting older, but you know what? Despite the fact that we'll get older, you're going to hear, again, quad damage. And then Quake is back, because the industry, I'm telling you, developers, man, gamers want that arena shooter back. They want the Titanfall. They want a little bit more finesse. Just don't go hard on it.
Titanfall is good.
There's ways to make an arena shooter good. And I feel, I've said this so many times, mobility. I feel like that's the next thing that gamers are clamoring for in terms of mechanics. This just sounds like a mechanic. It sounds like gas. That's what you're overstating.
Who's these gamers that you keep talking about? Like, who are these people? What are you referring to?
in terms of the multiplayer, look, if you look at the multiplayer circuit, everyone's really based on movement. And they just, even Call of Duty, they just play. Have you seen them? These people play COD, and they're just like sliding around. Just like, this guy has got freaking having a spasm in real life as he's holding the controller, and the character's jumping, and then he does a trick shot, this and that, and they're just freaking.
Those people are not asking for Quake though. Like, they're not asking for Quake. Otherwise, they'd be playing Quake right now.
No, they don't know.
Present it properly. Just the skin. They just see plasma rifle. They see quad damage. They're like, what the fuck is that robot, man? But if you present it properly, the Quake, even the premise of it is so sick. You can actually do that and have mass market appeal, in my opinion. But Quake, multiplayer, movement-based, Titanfall, just do that kind of shit. People want hardcore games. And the Souls game genre is fucking proof of that, man. Like, the popularity of the Souls genre, and how many Souls games we have, is because there is inherently in that formula difficulty.
That might shock you. Popularity of Souls games does not mean people want Quake. That's my take.
No, but I'm talking about difficulty. So you mean the point is difficulty, because Souls. But
I want
Souls,
Quake. Don't get me wrong. I love Quake. I'd love to see more games like that. But there have been so many studios that have tried to do arena shooters, and people just don't want them anymore. I want them.
I think there is if you do what good arena. We talk about Lawbreakers, but was it really that good? Like, if people want it, it's just the presentation of a quick arena shooter. Okay, I'll tell you about an arena shooter idea. It's just like fucking Splinter Cell Spy versus like.
I changed my mind. I'm bored. I don't want your ideas again. Last time you did this, you went off on one about how you want every reload in Gears of War to be a full-on QuickTime event, and I just died a little bit. So let's not do that again.
It's not even a QuickTime event. It's not triangle square. It's no. Okay. You got a Gears fan here, and you say that like that, you bastard.
Hold on.
Fucking sounds. No, don't listen to him. Oh, you don't listen to him. He's talking shit. Okay, listen.
Are you saying you didn't want active reload? Is that what you said?
No.
It was multi-point. You have to do it like 6 times within the span of one reload.
I made it actually
Full QuickTime event.
Sorry, I have to
Every
go
reload.
And clarify this because he's just taking the piss. And I know you're a Gears fan, so I have to clarify.
Erica, I'm just spectating.
Listen, Erica, the game I'm talking about, Asa, you're gonna fucking have to listen to this again. The game I'm talking about with Gears is
just just do the reloads. Just tell us about the reload.
Survival
no, just tell us about the reload.
Kind of slow. That's important in setting the reason.
Setting up context, I guess. Is that what we're doing?
Because the game is more slowed down. It's not slide everywhere. You fucking press A and you slide into a thing, active reload, and just blind shot your Nasher into someone and just go into bits. The game. Everyone wants this game. If they make Gears like this, it'll be fucking sick. And go closer to. All I'm saying is go to Gears 1. Make it more survival horror based, but obviously slow the mechanically down. So you have less of the 20,000 locusts, and you've got a fucking RPG. You had a fucking mechs in that game at one point. It's fucking dumb. You just cheapened Gears of War with a fucking mechs. It became so
talk around the reload.
At the end of the last story of the last game, you pick two people.
The reload, yes.
Story based and all that shit. Tonally bring it down. Make it more survival horror. And then in terms of combat, make the combat hard hitting. So gunshots, like your one-on-one armors protecting something, not just taking.
I didn't want your elevator pitch. I want the QuickTime event reload.
I don't know what he's saying. Is chat following this? I don't even know what's going on.
Gunshot. Put it in your gun. It's just 2 RBs instead of 1 RB. Like, I'm asking for active reload, but presented in a way that is so good. He thought it was 2 QTEs. You can still hit RBE. That's a QTE, but it's refined on time. Active reload, hitting active reload in Gears isn't always that easy. And they've always managed that really well in terms of multiplayer.
What is happening?
In terms of multiplayer formula of the game,
I'm thinking.
I'm telling you.
You know what this tells me? Chat.
Is active reload an important part of Gears multiplayer? I think if you're a Gears fan, it's a big thing. And
all this tells me is Gaz got washed in Gears multiplayer. That's all this tells me. You must have got
really.
There you go.
Really.
No,
but I kind of with Gears 1 and Gears 2. Gears 2 has fucking launched shit. But I actually it was.
We're gonna be here all day.
Sorry. We're talking.
I could talk Gears all day. We'll talk after the show.
Oh my god, this gets I'm sorry, chat. We're trying to hold it down, but this conversation is going everywhere, and it's fun, man. But forget fucking timestamps being done in time.
Who does the timestamps?
What are you even talking? It's Asa. You fucking derailed the whole.
Poor Asa.
You fucking derailed the whole thing. I don't even know what
There's no way. Surely, come on, chat. Don't stand for that. You can't accuse me of derailing chat. Come on, stick up for me a little bit here.
Brought active reload. Come on, don't chat.
Asa did nothing wrong.
What you talking
Asa did nothing wrong.
Anyway, how does that even related remotely to ABK?
I don't know.
How do you even get there? What were you even talking about?
We haven't even talked about Lords of the Fallen, Gaz. We haven't even.
Okay, let's just talk about Lords of the Fallen. This is it. We'll still go back to ABK.
Hold on. Can we just acknowledge the fact that we've talked about Mario, Banjo, Gears? What else? These most random things
exactly.
before Lords of the Fallen.
Erica,
I'm being accused of derailing us off of some rails that I haven't seen for over a year.
If you would have told me we'd be talking about Mario before Lords of the Fallen, I would have been like, huh? I'll come next week.
Bro, this is the most ADHD podcast of life. I don't think I've ever.
Funny. That's too
oh
funny.
Man, sorry, it's crazy. But what are we talking about? Lords of the Fallen. What the fuck, Erica? Should people buy this game? It runs like ass on the Xbox.
You know what? I say we should talk about the Xbox a little bit because there's a lot of drama with the Xbox version.
Mm-hmm.
You guys on Xbox, you're getting patches after everyone else. So there's that. I've seen some clips where it's just completely broken. Bosses just standing there, glitchy, just frames just looking like 5 frames per second.
5 frames, like
horrible.
Stop.
And they got a patch, which is like the patch before everyone else does. You guys are like a patch behind, but that one fixed it a little bit, but it's still looking pretty weird over there. It's kind of bad. So my whole thing, I've been testing PC, PS5. I have videos on it. If you guys want to check them out on my channel, I've been updating as I went because it started really awful for PS5, really awful. But then there's been some things that people have found out that can like fix the game. So turning HDR off on the system, not the game.
It's broken on PlayStation as well.
HDR is broken. So just turn it off. So that's part of it. Turning off different other settings.
So wild.
Like motion blur, all that. That should be off anyways, but
the game is actually launching in a pretty not so great state across the board.
Frame drops like crazy. I've been calling it Lords of the Fallen.
Like crazy on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Welcome to modern gaming.
And it's gradually getting better. Okay, so I'm my advice.
Souls games always fuck up like that. Like very few Souls games, like Sekiro maybe, and Bloodborne was still a bit shitty with the frame rate.
They never got it together with Bloodborne. That's the reason we want a patch, a 60 frames patch. They can't even do that. Bloodborne's another topic. We could be here all day on Bloodborne. That's a whole other thing.
No.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
It'll be here forever. But there are those times where the frames are a little bit funky. Like From Software games on PC, they act funky. There's always this kind of thing. And when we need frames there the most, I believe it's Souls games because the combat, you need those frames. So if you're having dropped frames, you could die like that. So of course, people are upset. There's people getting refunds on PC because PC has issues too for Lords of the Fallen. It's not perfect anywhere. It's not. It looks beautiful there. It looks more pretty. It's better running on a PC, of course. But
what about it as a game? Because you are the Souls person. Your channel is literally built on Soulsborne, and that's pretty cool that you're into that kind of also pure kind of gaming mode. In my opinion, I put platformer there, and I put like Souls. So and I'm dying to play Sekiro when I'm on stream. But when you see
need to finish Sekiro, what is going on?
I'm gonna do it live. I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna sit on it. I can't wait to share my stream stuff with you guys. But I love
those streams. I love those streams. But
I can't wait to do those. But yes, but see,
as
this
a game,
what I was talking about. That's why we got to this topic: difficulty. People like Soulsborne because it's difficulty, and I'm telling you, if you bring that back, kind of hardcore mechanics or something more like that rewards skill. That's what multiplayer is at. Hence the relationship between these two.
I mean, it just always comes down to how it's delivered. I mean, even with Souls games, they're difficult, but there's more to it. I mean, there's the environments, there's how the world connects to itself, and all that is very important. And Lords of the Fallen has been divisive. The world and going between the parallel worlds, because you have like the dead world and then the real world.
So can you explain that? So what happens there?
You use your lantern to see possibly pathways that are not there in the real world. They're in the dead world. So you got to use the lantern.
You keep switching on the fly? I thought it's when you die, then you happen.
That happens too. So it's basically kind of like a Sekiro situation where you get like a second chance, you die, and then you get put into the dead world, and it gives you this last chance kind of thing where you could survive. And then, but as far as traversing and actually going through the game, you do switch between the worlds because there's going to be times where you come up to a door and you can't go anywhere. You switch and then it's open and you go through and things like that. You could also set up your own checkpoints with like these seed things. You put them in the ground, put them in this flower bed type thing. So there's like all these different kind of mechanics and things that, they're bringing differently to the Souls genre, but it looks like a Souls game. It looks like a Dark Souls type of like inspired game. And I think they do a decent job. Like they have the right idea. I'm still early. I'm maybe 10 hours in between both consoles or both platforms, sorry. And I like things about it. It's got the right idea for some things, but I do have issues with it too. Some of the bosses are not that inspired, in my opinion. I feel like they're kind of.
I expected.
They're hit or miss.
I expected more.
Yeah, bosses are important. Chat. We were talking about this.
They're
before
very
the stream.
important.
Bosses are very important. Yeah.
And
I thought Lords of the Fallen could be like this big, really excellent.
When you look at the trailers and the previews, it looks awesome. Like, man, the next gen Souls. That's how they marketed it. The next gen Souls. You're like, wow. And then you see the boss fight. You're like, wow. And there are some cool boss fights, but to me, they're hit or miss. Yeah. One could be really cool. Then the next one, you're like, what the hell is this? This ain't it. You know, so it's kind of like.
Why do you say that? What is about that boss battle that makes it ain't it?
Their move patterns, the theme of the boss, how they look, it sometimes doesn't really make any sense. I was telling
two fundamental things there.
Yeah, I was telling Tony before the show, like, there's this one boss. I don't want to give too much away, but there is one boss where he's like on a horse and they go underwater.
All over again.
But you would think you could attack the horse, but it doesn't let you. They dive into water, come out of the water, and then the guy gets off of the horse. It's just kind of like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really feel like it's a good boss. I don't know how.
Whenever you feel like you should be able to do something, you should be able to.
Yeah, because I tried hitting that horse and nothing happened. So it was
the game
just
gives
kind
you
of
the impression that you can do this and you can't. The game's designs failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just things like that where it kind of doesn't make any sense. But then you'll see another boss that's like, wow, that's pretty sick. So it's just hit or miss. Yeah. So there's all of that going for it. And I would say if you are a Souls fan and you don't care about like Spiderman or these other games, you beat Lies of P, I would say, yeah, you could check it out. But
I was literally about to say that, like Lies of P instead. But if you beat Lies of P, I'll
just say this. If you're going to choose between the two, go Lies of P. It's the better game. People are calling it their game of the year. It's very good, very impressive. And when you go, here's the thing, because I'm coming off of Lies of P to Lords of the Fallen, and it really made me just appreciate Lies of P so much more, even more.
That's when you know a game's good. Like when you get out of it, and then you can't help but feel like, you can't help but compare it, and it's just like, this just isn't that game that I just played, So
and you know why? Is because Lies of P is polished up the ass, polished. And
let's be careful here. Let's be careful here. Let's not like derail again. But no.
I'm gonna go back to Lords of the Fallen, because I'm gonna say with Lords of the Fallen frame issues and all the unpolished stuff, it's jarring because you come from Lies of P to it. So my opinion, could be a little biased in that way of like, dude, I just came from this awesome experience. Now I'm seeing these frames drop like crazy. It's of course you're going to feel disappointed. So that's
I just realized as you were talking there,
I guess.
As you just said that, you know what I just realized? BG loves Lies of P. And he says Game Pass will only have value if they've added the Transformers games to him. But really, BG's game of the year and JackMove's game of the year seems to be Lies of P. So you're on the money there. I think Lies of P is
on an even bigger scale, Maximilian's game of the year. And he's a big Souls
Maximilian
guy.
gave it game of the year to Lies of P.
That's his game of the year.
In a year that two big fighters came out, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 6.
Right. So what does that tell you? Right? What does that tell you? Lies of P is the shit. Crazy. I'm telling you. It's good. Yeah. It's really good.
I played it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. They fixed this thing, but I have to go back to that because Forza came out. I had to do the review.
It's not perfect. I mean, it's got its issues too, a little bit, but hey, in comparison.
Quick question, and not an elaborate answer. Just how long is Lies of P roughly, you think? I haven't played it.
I spent a lot of time in it because I was making content and doing other things, and
fair.
But I think I put like 60 hours in my playthrough.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I did a lot of farming.
I want shorter stuff, basically. I'm kind of tired of like the big adventures. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I want shorter games as well. But BG, Game Pass, you actually love it. Don't even lie.
Yeah, maybe now. But like, I was gonna say, take into account, I beat the game before it got patched and nerfed. A lot of the bosses got nerfed. So I spent hours on some of those bosses. And now people are beating them in like 10 tries, 15 tries. You know what I mean? So
that's
so I spent a lot of time. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on it, probably more than you would spend on it now.
I think be the first boss ever is like, oh, you're playing the easy version of the game. Go, oh, fuck yourself. I can't even do anything about that. Not even
it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You know,
so what do I do?
It's all good.
Just don't play the game.
It's all good. But yeah, I would say it's about maybe 30 hours, 35, if you kind of just get through it. Yeah. But yeah, as far as Lords of the Fallen, I'll just say this. Like I was saying, if you are a big Souls fan and you're kind of like that's all you play, then yeah, I would say check it out. It's getting patched, it's getting better. Maybe if you want to wait for the patches, but if not, and you're just like, man, this year is stacked, you could wait. Wait for sale, wait for the patches. You could wait for it. It's good, but not great.
Well, yeah, because I was talking to Colt. Colt came back from PAX thingy. He says Lords of the Fallen is really good, man. It was like it looked really fun. Like even to him, I don't think he played it, or he just said it looked, or maybe he did play it. He said like he's not a massive Souls fan at all. Yeah. And he said this could be, because obviously it looked really good. A lot of people were holding high hopes for it.
And the thing too is people are confused. Sometimes they're like, well, the big Souls streamers, you know, like Fighting Cowboy and Zeostorm and guys like that, they're big Souls creators. They are loving Lords of the Fallen. Like they are just enamored. Really? They love it. And so when I started playing it, I'm like, I don't know, like what's going on here? Is it because they had the game so early? Maybe they're on the hype train, and the whole
maybe I'm
not going to get into it, but the whole issuing out of the codes for content creators was very messy for Lords of the Fallen. Nobody got Xbox codes, so what does that tell you? They were hiding. Wow. They were hiding the Xbox version. Oh, and then for me, I went through hoops and I went through stuff to get my codes, but like. Yeah, these other bigger streamers had the game this whole time, and the rest of us were kind of like waiting and stuff.
And they're being very positive about it. Other people are being a little bit lukewarm. Yeah. So it's like the earlier you get it, the more happy you are positive about the
and
game.
And they played on PC, you know, they played on PC. Whereas with me, I started PS5, so I had a different outlook on it.
So you think the PlayStation version is worse than the PC version?
Oh yeah, it's definitely worse.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but it's getting better. So
yeah.
Turn that HDR off. Turn it off.
Did you know Redfall is Erica's favorite game? Says Rambling Entertained. I hope that's a joke.
He's trolling probably. I haven't even played that game, so I don't know if I'd like it or not.
Yeah, not missing anything. Alvin with a $2 super chat. Sony's roadmap is being held. I've read this already. I would love a Dickwing back. I've read that already. Venomous Viper. Thank you for member for 21 months. I've read that already.
There was a Kingdom Hearts one, Gaz, that you did not read. I know that.
Really? Can you read it? Can you see it?
No. It was a while ago, and I was like,
I'm coming to it now, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's Lawrence Davenport. Banjo 2 is perfect for Game Pass, he says. Yes. Actually, yeah. No, it would be. It just fits that model well. Will it be gas? LeBurn 98, thank you for the $5 Canadian. I want an Xbox themed Kingdom Heart style RPG. Your character is transported to the worlds of Xbox IP. Imagine recruiting Chief, Doom Guy, Ghost Tracer. Bro, that sounds pretty cool, but RPG is pretty niche.
They would have to really execute that well. I don't know how, but I would be pretty stoked for it. But you know what that is?
Sounds sick. I'll be way more interested for that. They don't have that Nintendo Magic to create that kind of platformer, but RPG? That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. Miles with a $5. That's a good idea, though. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Miles with a $5 super chat. Xbox will have to give PlayStation info for MLB and Bungie's games. They're both in the same boat. Oh yeah.
I saw the chat popping off about that earlier, and that was a really good point. That was a good point. Like, because MLB, I think it's only this generation that MLB started coming to Xbox, right? And because that is like a PlayStation first party thing, and now it's been coming to Xbox. So it's like, oh. So are you
maybe
just
that's why Sony aren't that worried. Like it's kind of like leveling out the playing field. But what will happen is you're gonna have this proxy hard. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have this proxy hardware war. Piecing up information together. Oh, well, we need this much RAM for Bungie. Why do we need Okay. Changes.
When you make
changes,
that sound,
changes.
all I picture is just like Xbox and PlayStation, like physical beings, and they're just Frenching, going. When you were doing that, that's all I could picture. It's just like Xbox, PlayStation.
In my head, it's just the two parties just adding things to the console.
Okay.
But I don't know why I expected people to understand that with this random.
The hardware person's working on it goes.
Okay, that's so random. I'm glad you pulled me up on that because I'm fucking crazy for that, even doing that. Oh man, Alvin with a $5 super chat. Sony's making 12 gas games, trying to make just one stick. Meanwhile, Xbox legit has 12 successful gas games. It's a wrap. 12. Does it have 12? I'm not even denying that.
Xbox has 12 gas games.
Like
Yeah,
Forza,
it's something like that. It's around that.
Grounded, I guess.
Wait.
Sea of Thieves is a big one.
I thought it was PlayStation games. No.
No, he's saying that Xbox has 12 successful gas games running at the moment. And that seems like a quite high number.
I guess so, yeah, when you think about it.
It has a healthy amount, so it's not like we immediately dispute it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really shocking.
Yeah.
I think I've read them all, chat. No, I haven't. The blue number. Thank you for being a member, for giving me an excuse to play some tunes. I don't do that enough. I don't do that.
Not a lot of music today. I thought we'd be celebrating more and get some gas dances up in here or something. No t-shirt off, no nothing.
No, a t-shirt off.
Do they have to donate money for that?
No, Alex's rule stays when he's in the chat. I don't want to do that
it's
anyway.
Only when he's here. That's not
it's
fair.
It's peer pressure. It's just mad peer pressure. Let's just quickly go to. Oh, Hylas, thank you for the $5 super chat. Today, Acer revealed that he's an excellent game reviewer. Click here to find out why we're all so impressed. Acer, you did a Immortals of Avium video. I didn't watch it because fuck that game. No, I haven't actually got to watch it because I just got home. You already said today or yesterday?
Today it came out, yeah. I'm redefining the way that reviews are scored. It's an ongoing project, but yeah, it's there. You can watch it after the show.
You're redefining the way you review the game? Well, in what sense?
No, we'll go into that another time. It's long.
I want to know. Oh.
No!
There's always like... Okay.
Sorry.
Real quick, I'm not going to detail it. For the longest time... I've looked at review scores, and there's always this conversation like they're really difficult, and review scores are really difficult. How do you apply a review score to games when games are so diverse and broad and all that stuff? And the easy answer is always like, oh, don't do review scores, they're silly. But people love review scores. So I'm trying, and I was looking at ways to correct it and ways to adjust this system, and I thought, why am I sitting there waiting for other people to do it when I have ideas?
Yeah,
so I did a review, and it's there. I'm getting there.
You know what needs to be normalized? You know what needs to be normalized? And I know Asa does this. How about we beat the game before we review it? I mean,
But Ace is alluding
to I did not beat Immortals of Avium. Of course I did. Of course I did.
If you didn't do that, that would be so fucking review. Hilarious. Like, you didn't even complete the game. You haven't done stage
normalize that. Damn it. Too many frauds out here. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, exactly. So true, man. The review, incomplete review. Call it a preview. It's easier. But then, like, even when I do my reviews on Forza, I was like, I haven't managed to do this fundamental part of the game. Or like I said, like with Starfield, I said I had a disclaimer saying there's a fundamental flaw in this game that I haven't done as many side missions as I think you did. But other reviewers didn't care. They played just as much as they probably played less than I did, and they just issued the review.
Well.
I think Starfield has so many branching quests, and I know you gave us 2 weeks, but there was a lot there to get to that level.
Sometimes it is a time constraint thing. I mean, that does.
The time constraint is definite. Yeah, I want to read out a message.
That needs to be fixed, and then from there, people have more time to fix the games. They just need more time. If a game comes
out and it's quite big by its nature, and another game comes out like close to it, then what do you do as a reviewer? You're stuck. It's like, all right.
It's hard. It's a deep dive conversation, but yeah, it's.
But this is why reviews got to be careful about.
I'm just being messy.
Mr. Seven,
Just be messy.
Mr. 7 Digit, Asa, he says, Asa's voice in that review was soothing, like fine silk caressing your skin.
Oh, shit.
That's what I was going for.
Okay,
That's what I was going for.
Asa for the win. Okay,
Asa.
like caramel.
Smooth as silk. Goodbye, Erica.
Smooth as silk, he says.
I'm irrelevant now. Damn, it's crazy.
Remember that super chat? Whoever did that super
what was it? Drizzling.
Oh, it was just in the chat. It was just in the chat. Yeah.
Who said that?
7 Digit, maybe?
Mr. 7 Digit. Yeah,
it was 7 something. Yeah, 7.
Well remembered.
Yeah, 7 Digit.
Okay, well, we've gone to Ace's tangent on it. Can we talk about ABK, please? Please.
Wait, we did already.
We already did. We've gone back to it
The last 22 damn months.
The last 22 months. It's over.
We're going on like a 5-hour podcast. What's
Sorry. Okay. Well, I have to remember the time constraints. Can we just talk about this Disney considering purchasing EA?
Yeah.
Is that actually on the cards? Because I didn't see much of it. I saw some guys. Camera consolidation now. Yeah, fuck off.
So here's the situation. So I'll sum this up. So basically, if anybody doesn't know, it's Bob Iger. Is that his name? I don't know. Like a former CEO of Disney, or whatever. He left for a bit and he came back. And I guess as he came back, he was kind of spitballing in a board meeting, just ideas upon his return. He's like, it'd also be cool if we became a big gaming, like an actual gaming giant, instead of just licensing stuff out. Like, let's actually build stuff in-house, which they haven't done in a long time. They used to do that, but they haven't done that in a long time. They just license things out to everybody. And, I guess EA was like definitely thrown around as a word in that meeting. And I guess Ubisoft was too, but people keep talking about EA mostly because Disney worked with EA the most. And I don't know.
Makes sense. And would it be bad? It's EA.
Here's
but
the issue.
Disney's been shit as well. It could be doubly shit, or it could be really
the
good.
One issue with Disney owning EA is that I think EA's already into the money idea. They've gotten way better. I'm one of those people that advocates like EA was shit back in the day, but they have gotten way better over the years. And like, if you actually on paper look at them today, and I think Disney would make them backtrack. I have a feeling Disney would make them go like, okay, how do we make this the most profitable we can? And I wouldn't want that. I don't want
Disney
EA
would do that. I think like Disney has some,
because Disney produces so much that you can't even keep up with it. And if they purchase
Disney, do they produce lots of shit? I didn't realize.
Let me ask you this: are you keeping up with everything in the MCU anymore? Are you? Huh?
No, I don't.
Are you watching everything Star Wars? Are you? Yeah.
No.
Like they keep producing all this stuff, and we can't keep up with it. And I have a feeling that they might incorporate that with EA or Ubisoft or whoever. Maybe, I don't know that, but that's what I would be worried about. And it's like you're just a Star Wars Marvel machine, basically. No longer can you do your original stuff anymore. So yeah,
the dangers of consolidation. If the buying company isn't Microsoft, you fuckheads. If Disney bought ABK, would it be better? Would it be if Tencent bought ABK? Would it be better? These are the players we talk. If Amazon bought them, would they be better? Google, would they be better? See what they did with Stadia. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, say consolidation is bad. Microsoft are the bad guys, but the other alternative would have been disastrous. You just don't even know it. No matter
I
what
will say, I do
Xbox.
want them to get studios. I want them to get some studios, because back in the day, like they had like Disney Interactive or something, and they made Epic Mickey. That was dope, and I want to see them like
Epic
keep
Mickey was
doing shit
amazing.
like that.
LucasArts were really good though.
Just get like, I don't know, like get a couple of studios that might need it. They're not with any publisher. They're just kind of an indie or a AA person, and then just hire them and be like, hey, do you want to be part of our Disney gaming studios? Do that instead of just buying outright like Ubisoft or EA. But
okay, well, I don't know. Erica, do you want anything to add to that about EA Disney? It's just like
this is the first time hearing about it. So I mean,
oh yeah, okay,
you guys
good.
got it.
I saw the things about it. I'm like, I don't really give a shit about that. Like, if they were like, I don't know.
Yeah, like Lebaron brings up
EA.
in the chat, like my concern, he says, like I would have is if they kill off Battlefield, Mass Effect, etc. Exactly. I don't want that to happen.
Say that. Yeah, if they
actually,
make these
Mass
franchises
Effect.
better, I mean, of course,
What's
but
happening with Mass Effect? Yeah.
Mass
What
Effect,
is happening with Mass Effect? Like they're so far away.
And Dragon
EA's
Age?
Like, where's
Like-
Titanfall 3? Like, you know,
Dragon Age still coming? It is, right? That's,
Is it?
I don't know.
Definitely stuff them in. They had some trouble there recently. I'm sure there was like a wave of redundancies through that studio. So yeah, like slightly concerning, but
It's
still coming.
It's concerning, but EA, I think they got good.
And
good
EA
and
would
bad.
never go for it. I don't think EA would ever go
That's
for it
the
either.
thing that makes me think EA wouldn't go for it.
No.
And maybe undervalued now, as opposed to if it was 2 years ago. I think the settlement and the FTC fight might be a warning shot as well to a lot of people who want to do an acquisition this size. Because that was
I think Ubisoft would though. I think EA wouldn't. I think Ubisoft would because I feel like Ubisoft is trying to like do whatever they can to stay afloat or something. Sometimes I feel that way, but and if they got a big check
they're
to just
getting
keep
Microsoft
doing things
through this
I don't
deal
know.
now, the cloud rights. Does that make a difference? Does that make a difference? Do you think, like Ubisoft?
That'd be a good question.
How lucrative
I don't
is it?
know. I literally thought of that. If anybody purchases Ubisoft, then what happens to those streaming rights? So
exactly. Ubisoft's not doing so well. Asa, if Ubisoft's not doing so well, this cloud deal gets landed on their lap. I feel like they were elected because they would be more desperate than perhaps the other publishers. What do you think about that?
No, they were elected because they're actually very good at it already. Like as big publishers go, Ubisoft are the most forward thinking in terms of cloud space. They do have presence on GeForce Now and Amazon Luna and all the rest of it. So they are actually probably the right partner to work with if you want to do this cloud licensing thing. In terms of desperation and stuff, like, there's been murmurs around Ubisoft for a long time that they are just too big, too bloated, too many staff, and obviously certain other problems that they've had from the top down as well. So I agree with Kibaji that between them and EA, Ubisoft are more likely to seek acquisition rather than EA. But they're also, whenever you're talking about acquisitions, you always talk about like who's Microsoft going to buy next, and pretty much nobody suggests Ubisoft because it's kind of known that they're not that enticing a prospect right now.
Yeah.
So
I would hate that. I would hate though. I would hate that so well. Chat. If Microsoft acquires Ubisoft, know that I would.
I'm just tired. Like my last word of the ABK thing is I'm just like I see people saying that. All right, now hurry up and buy Sega and everything, and I'm just like, dude, I just want a break. I want a break. Like
Sega, it's just not Sega.
No, I just
That's another
I just want a break.
That's another 22 months, right, Asa? Another 22 months.
Exactly.
To be honest, no, Sega are on the forbidden list now. Every publisher that supports virtual reality is forbidden. Microsoft are not allowed them, and Sega just released Samba de Amigo for Quest, so I'm afraid they're off the table.
We're already talking about future acquisitions, chat. You see it? We did it on the same
It never
podcast.
ends.
This
It
acquisition
never
happened.
ends. I'm thinking I'm gonna come on this show. We're gonna celebrate. It's over. It's over. And then now it's like Sega, Ubisoft.
I
And
just
the
brought
podcast.
up as like I just brought up as like I'm tired of that talk.
Right,
Seriously,
I
I don't
Yeah,
mind
no,
studios.
absolutely.
I don't mind studios actually though. I do want to say that. I don't mind like if it's a studio that could use it or whatever. I would be okay with that. But I'm just kind of done with the publisher talk. Give us until like the end, like back half of 2024 before that starts back up again.
Are you sure?
You need to work on
It's gonna be
Activision
that
first.
long? Because you're gonna get a big one. I'm
Work
pretty sure
on
from
Activision
Sony.
first. Work on
Sony.
Activision
but
first.
Sony might be doing a big
Yeah.
acquisition. Yeah. But it could be if they bought even
Could
a smaller
be.
studio, all the shares in From Software, that would be big. If they bought, they could.
Yeah.
If they own, they
If
bought some
anybody's able to ever acquire From Software, that would be a freaking
Disaster.
huge. No,
That's
I
a
mean it would just be like
bombshell.
a huge bombshell. Yeah, big time.
shares. That would be massive.
Especially
I would be-
soon,
I would be
'cause they're hot
salty.
right now.
Play because I feel like that's where the source is, the Soulsborne.
Yeah,
until my arena-based game comes out, and Acer will then cry in 10 years when I'm on this super amazing. And Gears 17 comes out with the game active reload, not QTE reload. That I'm talking about.
What is Abdel saying? He's saying Jim Ryan not going to fly to Brussels over Sega. What? What does that mean?
Jim Ryan's
not going to fly to Brussels over Sega. I don't know.
Because he was flying to Brussels over ABK, but that deal he'd be like,
I swear, Gaz, if Gears comes out and they take out active reload, I'm coming to get you. I'm hunting you down.
Active, it's coming. It's coming.
And it's a freaking QTE. I'm hunting you down, Gaz.
It's not. Is active reload a QTE to you?
Not
so anyway.
I guess if you want to be technical, you want to I guess if you want to be
2 stages makes it a QTE. That's a strange.
Because you hit the RB and then the line you has to hit the line. Boom, you hit RB again, and then if you miss it, you don't get your ammos back as quick.
In fact, the better thing that I'm talking about is there's no heads-up prompt. The gun will relay the message of how you want to do it. That's what I'm alluding to.
Press square and then triangle.
You want to feel it.
Yeah, so like an analog stick, just push the gun in.
You want to feel like your gun jams or something.
Like exactly. Well, you think about it. Look, that's it. Just do it.
You just want more. You just want more vibration.
The Nintendo fucking console doesn't click enough.
You just want more vibrating on your controller.
Oh my god, the difference in click sound. That's the X. You probably can't hear it. That's the.
I
definitely can hear it. It's horrible.
Is it? I can definitely.
Before we go, it's too loud.
I like the clickiness.
They're too loud.
You think it's too loud? I love it.
It's like when I would stream, it's like click, 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 click. I'm like, I don't want my viewers to hear that, you know?
It's like raindrops.
Quiet.
It's like, we sleep to the raindrops at night. Like,
ASMR type stuff.
Yeah, kind of ASMR. Jimmy Yandel with the $5 super chat. Why do you think Xbox is selling the worst this year in Japan by 50% than last year when they have more Japanese games supported this year? That's a very good question. And I think it's because the allure of the marketing hype, I think generally dampens the console, even internationally, because they made some significant investments in marketing Persona, and Persona had a good presence.
Do you know what, though? Like we did see some evidence this week. It was not particularly noticeable, but some evidence that Japan still isn't massively keen on Xbox with Shinji Makima, Resident Evil guy.
Shinji Makima from Hi-Fi Rush guy, right?
Because he abandoned ship from Tango Gameworks at the first opportunity, and at the time it was all nicey, like, I'm leaving, and people speculated that he was retiring, but first opportunity is like, my non-compete clause has ended, I'm getting straight back into development. So, Eric has gone again. Yeah. So, not perfect there.
No.
But
why's my mic?
See. It's interesting though, because I haven't read this idea that they were doing bad in Japan or whatever, but I believe it, but it's interesting because there was a good push for Japan this year. But what is confirmed that I recall is that PC Game Pass apparently quadrupled in Japan this year. That was supposedly a statement.
From 2 to 8 people.
So it's like, sure. But it's like, maybe Japan's more willing to accept the PC side of Xbox and the actual console side of Xbox. And if that's the case, then you just take the W where you can. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know.
Well, again,
if they do any more acquisitions, to me, they need to tackle that side. They don't need to acquire anybody though to do that. They could just partner. But yeah.
I'm here.
Hello.
I'm literally like in the backstage, and I just hear Gaz, where's Eric at? I'm like this, I'm back. No, my camera, I don't know if it's my PC or what, but it's been a while. I think my PC is just rusty. I don't know what's going on.
Can we talk about ABK?
What is happening? What else, guys? What else do you want to say about it?
Transformers! What we talked about, Prototype. What about Blur? What about... This project got them racing was Bizarre Creations. Do they? Yeah, Interstate 82. Wait, hold on. Am I getting that right? Project Gotham Racing was Bizarre Creations, and Bizarre Creations got bought by Activision, and then they got shut down. Yeah.
Good chat.
Yeah. Did they get shut down? Or their stuff moved somewhere. They're really good. My keyboard's going crazy. What the fuck? It's like it's possessed. Oh, I could have dropped the coffee.
Well, you
on
did
it.
spill coffee on.
Oh yeah. Oh my days. This is very expensive.
I think the coffee leaked into my camera or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I just love. Freaking LeBird. LeBird says I'm gonna be 80 and Gaz will still be talking about ABK.
Right?
All right. We've talked about ABK and the rest of the topics because my PC's possessed has moved them down 1 trillion pages on Microsoft Word. Can we talk about
like
ABK?
my last word on that whole thing is just I'm very excited to see what happens going forward. Very curious about Game Pass going forward. Sure. I'm very curious Game Pass going forward, how fast they move forward on that front, especially. That's like number one to me. They were talking like Diablo 4 and Modern Warfare 3. They're not going to be on Game Pass this year, which bummer. I think that is also, they said that this week, like don't expect stuff until next year. They were also saying that to save face though. You know that's why they were saying it. So
I mean,
we won't get...
the Xbox Game Pass thing said we can't wait to share with you what's coming to Game Pass from the library of ABK. So,
yeah, but like there was a statement from Activision like 2 days before this close, and they're like, we don't have any plans for newer stuff like Diablo 4 and COD Modern Warfare 3 coming, but
until like the third month of fall, something like 2024. They were saying that.
Yeah, they were saying don't think that stuff until like 2024. But I'm
Diablo
like,
and COD is not going to be on it. The next COD will.
COD for sure. Diablo, I think they were saving face because COD they actually have in writing a deal against that. But Diablo, it's been more than 6 months. Come on.
So Diablo's not going to come on Game Pass at all?
No. Just like immediately, kind of a thing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's not so bad as long as it's coming because
I want it now.
Everything should be day and date, so there should be no exceptions to day and date.
Oh, and I'm sorry, just forget the peeps that say, at least in my opinion, I see all these tweets going like, man, look at the first party lineup from Xbox this year, and they include like the Crash Bandicoot release, Diablo 4, and like whatever they released this year, and I'm just like, those weren't with you can't go
still
backwards.
First party though. Still first party though.
It's first party properties that a team released, but you don't go back and say like
well, you could say there has value in that if they're met positively, and you obviously get resistance from the PlayStation side talking about that. Don't associate that with Xbox. That suggests that those games have performed well. If you talk about Crash, that's held in high esteem. If that gets lumped in with that, but you might say, well, Xbox had nothing to do with the development of the game. Why is it getting credit?
Basically.
But you can also say, all right, fine, they didn't develop the game, but that's still associated with Xbox, and that's an indication of the game's strength. The people who made that game, and then you conceding that the studios make these games, and Microsoft's ABK studios are pretty good. So you can't have
like
it both
the
ways.
wording of it. You just have to say like look at what the studios at Xbox did this year. I'll take that, but you can't say like look at what Xbox did. At least in my opinion, like
well, it's still Xbox.
The year that they acquired Bungie,
Xbox did.
The year that they acquired Bungie, and like if there was a Destiny 2 expansion or something, you can't say like look at this new PlayStation release that happened earlier in the year before we acquired Bungie. I'm like, I don't know. I don't
not how
get
people are
behind
seeing
that.
I'm telling you, I explained it to you. It's because it's like the studios that made those games were good, right? You can see that. That's the argument. If yes or no.
It's the talent of the studio, yes.
Which now belongs to Xbox.
Yes.
It's
the talent of the studio.
That's all I'm saying, bruh.
But it wasn't a day one Game Pass release.
So what?
Gosh dang it.
What? So what, Kimmich?
Yeah.
It's all Xbox now. The assimilation is complete, 4. Like the Borg. All the wins, or anytime Call of Duty comes to the top of your sales charts on PlayStation, Then you got Minecraft. That's also owned by Microsoft. That's top seller on PlayStation. How does that feel, bruh? And
you know what we're gonna see too is all of a sudden these games like the Call of Duties, Diablo's kind of fallen off, but like the games that people liked before, and if they're on the Sony side, they're gonna start to downplay those games now.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
I didn't really care about Call of Duty anymore. It lost 100%. Its way. You're gonna start hearing that stuff now.
They're saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all gonna happen now. Yeah.
Bro,
and then vice versa.
Already. Oh, no, like, COD is just COD. I can't believe how quickly people are saying that. Like
everybody said that before the acquisition. Come on now, we said that so many years.
Oh, why would they celebrate so profusely when the deal died? Come on,
it's gonna happen.
But here's the thing: it's both ways. You know, some are gonna flip, and then some are gonna be like, "Man, look at Call of Duty!" Like, dude, you didn't care about Call of Duty until now, kind of a thing. You know?
See, exactly. It's gonna be both sides.
Yeah,
that's true. I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think there'll be a lot of
never played these games before. All of a sudden,
just celebrating the numbers. 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
I've already seen that as well.
Yeah.
The Xbox guys, I like COD. I think at least prestige to level 1 prestige, then on a game, or play it for like 28 days, like Modern Warfare 2, like I did. Like that was my game. 148 tactical nukes. Had a win streak of 60.
That slight bias will start to happen. Like that, even if they're fans of the game, you'll start to see them like really become fans now, or like, you know what I mean? Like 100%. That it's just a slight bias.
But I will say, 100%. Like I saw somebody earlier say nobody cared about Hellblade when it was a timed exclusive, and I'm like, you're right. You know, like very few cared about it. But I will say, and I did a video about this too. The first party Xbox studios, the advantage they have is if you didn't care about them before, you care, in my opinion, it's kind of another topic, but just like you start caring more about Xbox first party studios than new PlayStation first party studios, because you know if it's Xbox first party, you get to play it with Game Pass.
Exactly.
And that's how you get to know the team. If you've never played a Double Fine game, now you probably will. If you've never played a Call of Duty game in the past few years, now you probably will.
True.
And that's how people they start shifting, because it is the fanism sometimes, but sometimes it's also the genuine, now I am playing these games because I am a member of them, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's a great point.
We'll see.
Truth to that.
Because a lot of new studios get to know now.
And a lot of games that people wouldn't necessarily. The problem is price. If the game doesn't look good to you, you played an old COD, and COD has evolved over the period of years, but you haven't had the opportunity to try it because you're like, I'm not spending £70 to get the game that I played Black Ops 1. It was shit. Not realizing that you might actually, like a lot of the older games, now that they're going to be added on Game Pass, the older CODs, people, especially, have you seen that, like, a lot of the narrative on Call of Duty, was it Advanced Warfighter? Oh, no, Modern Warfare. It was Modern Warfare in space. What was it called?
That was Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare? Yeah. Was in space? Yeah, that was a great
there was another one after Advanced. Infinity Warfare.
Infinity. And then Treyarch did that. That's always, Infinity War's always better than Treyarch. I'm sorry.
I forget. I get them confused. There's so many.
The one that
Infinite
was
Warfare. Yeah, LeBaron.
Infinite Warfare. Thank you, LeBaron. Infinite Warfare was sick. That the jump out of the plane section was amazing. Like from the.
See, that's what I'm most excited about with the Call of Duty stuff, is like, I just want to play the campaigns. I don't care about the multiplayer. I'm like, dude, I'm actually kind of looking forward to not having to buy these games and just like having a good 6 to 10 hour campaign experience. I love that. I'm excited for that.
And I think that's one of the first Call of Duties that, in fact, I think Infinite Warfare, if they want to show awareness, they should release that as in a week. You know, I don't know how they intend to do it. The releases every week or every month or something, like a
every
bundle.
Month maybe.
Yeah, a bundle or collection of things. One day you're gonna get 1 week of like, Tony Hawk's is on Game Pass. Bro, Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, I bought it on PlayStation, and I gave my PlayStation to my brother. I'm desperate to play Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, the remake now. Just need to make time for it. When it comes on Game Pass, they're going to make an event out of it. That's a mini event of promotion. Boom, everyone's going to be playing that.
Do you think that because Activision had a lot of licensed games. What do they do with that? You know, there's a lot of licensed things. That might make it a bit hard. Like, I don't know if we'll see all like the Marvel games they did, all the Transformers games they did. That's probably a problem with Guitar Hero, but there's a lot of licenses that Activision went through.
That's true.
Well, yeah,
That's true.
that's the problem. I think that's one of the reasons why you can't even get Transformers licenses, because
It just might be more complicated, you know? Like, I don't know how that would work. I have no idea, but I'm imagining those ones are harder to just add to the service because they're not like game original own IPs that they have, kind of a thing.
So, man, I'm hearing Transformers should hopefully come back.
All I know is when Bethesda closed,
is what I'm reading. It's just might
when
be
Bethesda
wrong.
closed, literally the next week they added 20 games, including their newest one, Doom Eternal, in that list. So I'm hoping we get something similar this next week.
Man, I'm pretty sure you will, man. I'm intrigued.
I'm not expecting it, but I'm just hoping. That's all.
Oh man, the Transformers one would be big.
Gaz, you want this,
games get a second
I can
win.
feel it. I can feel it.
These are marketing beats for Microsoft and the ABK. Be significant ones, because they'll be putting a lot of effort here, because they're looking to. My battery's running out. They're looking to enhance Game Pass numbers desperately, and they've spent $70 billion, and the shareholders are like let's see the returns now. We want to see some jumps on the graph on the console side, at least, to see whether this has actually plateaued on the consoles, or can we get more? And you should be able to get more. If you effectively market this wrong, you could compromise all of that. But they're so easy to get right. I mean, you can just have themes on it, certain type of games. If they showed Infinite Warfare first, I think that they know core game as well. Like, that's like, that could have a second win, even with the masses. But I don't know how much of the mass market will buy an old COD. This is long. I don't know the answers there. It'll be very interesting to see. Asa, how do you expect Microsoft to release these, to deal with Game Pass and ABK? Retrospective.
Yeah, they're going to, for sure. For sure they will. Oh, you're changing your battery, right? So I actually have to try and think about this.
What do you mean a year? A year, they'll what?
As in, what will they do
didn't say
in terms of backlog?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm talking about Asa. Like,
yeah, so I mean, like Kibiji said, the bits that I'm actually interested in from Activision's back catalogue is, I wouldn't mind a blast through some of them, like Michael Bay Call of Duty campaigns to explode some shit. I expect all of the ones that they legally can, which is a lot of them now, will appear probably very soon, like possibly next week after, really soon, because there's not a reason not to. I am most curious about Sekiro, because I still don't own Sekiro. That's the one that I want to see, because I've been waiting the last 22 months for this to go through to see if that goes on there. All the discounts only take it down to... Of course I would, yeah. The discounts only typically take it down to 30 quid, which is like, it's a reasonable discount, but it's going to be on a subscription service soon, right? So I've been waiting. And yeah, like Tony says, all the license stuff is going to be tricky to unpick. So they've had 22 months or 22 months, whatever it's been. They've had a long time to prepare. So they've had time to make that beautiful trailer we were talking about at the start of the show. They've had time to consider licenses and all the rest of it. So things could still happen fairly quickly, potentially. But yeah,
and there were signs that they were getting ready for it too, because of like just before they extended things, like the Call of Duty game servers were like fixed or whatever. So that was like a sign that maybe they were getting ready to put them all in. But maybe not. I see like Revive saying in the chat, I've seen him on like comment on my videos, and he says like, I'm curious what happens with WoW. Me too. Like I am so curious if that gets included with like the PC Game Pass. You know, that would be wild, especially with how featured it was in the trailer.
That'd be a big deal.
That'd be a very
like the
big
Riot
deal.
Thing equivalent of that.
I was just thinking that'd be exactly like the Riot thing. Yeah.
But that'd be big.
I don't know, man.
I think that's coming. Asa doesn't agree with me that WoW should come on console, but I think it will.
It's not that I don't think it should come at all. It's that modern day WoW it's too messy. It's not that they can't do something with World of Warcraft, but the modern one, but like the on-ramp, the intro experience is just terrible in that game at the moment. So I wouldn't want them to hurry and put World of Warcraft as it is right now onto console with some basic console controls. They'd need to really work on the new user experience before they even think about it. So.
Interesting. What about StarCraft? Do you see that coming back?
I think that was already going to come back. Blizzard were already, they treat those IPs with a lot of respect. So I don't think StarCraft is dead by any stretch. But that's Blizzard.
It's been years.
Like, Blizzard, when Blizzard were good, things took a long time. That's what they're known for. So.
Yeah.
Do we even know that they're working on StarCraft? That would have come out by now, surely.
I think all we know is the survival thing they're working on, and that's it. Am I wrong?
Odyssey, yeah, the survival one that we suppose is called Odyssey is the only one that we know about. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, who knows when they're going to label Overwatch 3 or 4 or 5? You know, they can just do that. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what happens with Overwatch.
It just probably stays the same.
It's the same game, right? From 1 to 2, basically.
It's not exactly the same because you'll get a 10% discount on those $40 skins, and it's going to add up.
Yeah.
True.
Overwatch is shit. I mean,
somebody in the chat kept bringing up earlier and brings it up now, like Sarah Bond teased StarCraft 3 at Tokyo Game Show. I heard about that, and it was more like they were into the idea of it, but you know, that's just, I think that would be a big
win for Xbox if StarCraft gets announced as another title coming the week. That'll be associated as an Xbox win, because I would associate it with an Xbox win. I think we would have
people
heard
said now, like the Coalition getting their hands on it and making a third person people mentioned like Coalition making a third person StarCraft game shooter, and I'm like, let's relax. Let's relax.
That would be cool, but if they're going to do anything with StarCraft, it should be like StarCraft is massive inroads into Korea and Asia. So really, they wouldn't do well to just reskin 2 and have a presence there. But
okay, that's a great point. Actually, well, not really for me. I would like a StarCraft Ghost kind of approach, but yeah. And Overwatch 3 needs to be a sequel to Overwatch 2, not one reskin. It may be a good game mechanically, but
over 5 years down the road, though.
Exactly, it's miles away. Miles away. Then I think that if you look into some of the beef with Bobby Kotick, it's because apparently he was the reason why. And on that, we
didn't bring this up. Like, this to me is like the only thing we didn't bring up. Bobby Kotick.
I was about to say about this. Yeah.
He Chad, if you don't know, like it sounds like the way it's phrased is basically he's not out at the end of 2023, but he's no longer safe after 2023. That's the way it's worded. It's like he is guaranteed to stay on until the end of the year, which, as much as you might want this evil man out, you need to just, again, take your like emotions out for a second and think on a business level. Unfortunately, he can't just leave. He has too many things he needs to help transition things over with. But it does sound like he might just be out like after this year's over, and if that happens, dope.
He's getting out, man. He's got 2 months and he's cutting. It's basically confirmed, man. He's cutting. They're getting rid of him like a tumor, bro. They just cut him out.
That'll be so. That's good. Gonna be so wild. That's gonna be so wild. Well, he's been with that company for ages.
He's got his golden parachute. He's gone. He's got his money. Now he's gonna be like, I don't know, Epstein Island.
Be so wild.
Probably just say he resigned. Be like, he'll come out.
Yeah.
He's resigned. You know.
He posts a picture of him on Twitter,
Sarah
just going
Bond
like,
comes in. Who's replacing him? He's like, peace. I'm off to Epstein Island. My name is Bobby Kotick. Like,
yikes.
He did some sexual stuff, no? Fucking, that's so raw. But yeah, I'm sorry, but go away. Like, no one likes Bobby Kotick. Everyone knows he's a bit. He just looks like the type who's like, you're guilty.
Respect.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like he's guilty? Am I taking?
And there's like, and I guess there already this word like either Blizzard or Activision, they can like unionize now or something. And I'm just like, you guys are gonna transition to Microsoft, man. So welcome aboard.
Shit. Where it's actually nice and fun and the staff are happy. And in the long term, you may get games that may not be complete at launch, but will be amazing in a few years.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the model now. Like, but I keep saying, look at the AA space. I hope Microsoft invests in the AA space. Don't have to. You know, every project has to be a big AAA. Prototype doesn't have to be AAA. It could be. It could be AA, and you carve into a certain approach with that. I would love.
I think that's especially what their partner, their publishing studio does. You know, that's what they did with As Dusk Falls, and then next year with Towerborn. Like they make those partnerships. Or
indie.
Yeah, you might be right with that. So I don't know.
Those are definitely indie. You need AA as well. Like indies are great, But indies tend
Would
to thrive.
Would you consider Grounded? Like Grounded was a pretty, I don't know, smaller project.
No, that's good. It goes to show Obsidian's versatility. You got a decent gas game. I'm sure they have some decent, healthy numbers that they'll be happy with, especially considering how other gas games are faring. I don't know. Maybe you might hear that Grounded gets shut next year. You never know. But it seems very healthy to me. So you know, but AA space. Okay, fine. What's that game? Freaking everyone makes fun of 2D indie game made by NXL? No, what was it? Starts with P? My brain's gone.
Pentiment from Obsidian.
Pentiment.
Oh, Pentiment. Yeah. That I would say like that's on the level of indie, but yeah, that was like a total just indie passion project.
It was an indie passion project because of the team that was so small, but
it was super small. Yeah.
It did gas. They're gonna do Outer Worlds too. And they're gonna do Avowed.
But that's the cool thing I like that's Xbox's biggest weakness, which I think a lot of people can acknowledge at this point. It's not necessarily the quality of the games, it's the lack of the AAA ones. But that's because they're already embracing that model. Like, yeah, just make indie, AA, AAA, whatever. Just go nuts.
That's good. Xbox is good in doing that, in my opinion. So it still needs to go hard on the AAA to really make
and hopefully this will fix that. You know, when you have over 30 teams, if you have 10 of them doing indie, 10 of them AA, 10 of them AAA, great.
You've got the whole slate. This is what makes Microsoft's deal so sick. Like, it's a beast. This is when I was saying, when you were like suggesting that the tables could really turn. Now, people are like say sales figures. No one's saying that. But you're starting to get core gamer mindshare, and that's really important. That because it cascades to the masses as well.
Users,
and then you've
active
got COD
monthly users. That is what they want. Used.
MAUs. It's all about MAUs. I'm not saying console sales are insignificant. I always say that they are. They're actually a very strong, good like indicator of their health, and the perception of it, marketing-wise, is very big. That it has the like, oh, everyone's buying PlayStation 5. I need to buy again. Like it happened again. It happened to the PS4. It happened with all PlayStations really, because it's really good. Apart from the PS3 that started off terribly, which is why Xbox gained so much ground early because they had a year head start and this early famine on PlayStation. It's going to be amazing. I think this deal is incredible for the gaming industry. Everyone's going to feel that's a disgusting statement. Consolidation is going to be excellent, but you have to look at Blizzard. You have to look at all the other sharks in this pond of the sea, and give me a publisher, Google, Amazon, someone who could have acquired Activision, and it would have been good for you. And if there's even a remote chance that they fix Blizzard, and there's a remote chance they explore StarCraft and give you the BC on top of Game Pass, you're winning. You're already winning with Game Pass for these titles. And I think the studio is going to be happier. Activision had a horrible legacy with their staff and sexual, all the shit. That was crazy. It was crazy. Like fucking something that was mad. So like, that amalgamating with a company that has the best working, like best, most satisfied staff in the world is to me very positive. And I'm genuinely very excited to see how they handle Game Pass, how they handle new IPs. So Xbox fans and all gaming fans, you should be happy. If you're a PlayStation only fan, yeah, you're allowed to be salty and we're allowed to laugh at you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have touched upon every topic. Keep just like fucking end this thing now. Before we talk about Halo Season 5.
My stomach. I am hungry. But yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna call it quits. Okay. Erica for the win. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to keep you waiting there. This show has been 80 years, but I hope you enjoyed it.
I mean, it's been a while, so I got a good dose of Asa and Gaz, and then is it KGB?
KGB. No, he works for the KGB. Everyone, California play for some reason. The KGB.
I'm so bad with names, but it was cool. We had fun. We got off some crazy tangents, but it was fun. And I again, Gaz, I tell you, if they change gears, I'm coming after you.
Oh my, you want the purist? That was the same shit again and again. Apparently, so wild again.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks for posting my links in the chat. I see that my channel's been kind of going crazy the past couple of days.
Well done on that.
Doing good. It's doing
15K.
good. Yeah. Thank you. Soon. I think it's coming sooner than I had
it.
imagined. So I'm just like excited. But yeah, I've been working, hard on there, trying to grow the channel. So if you're into Souls-like content, just come through, come hang out.
He's the one. He's the one.
And I think I give a good
Souls games.
perspective on everything. So yeah, come check it out. And thanks for having me. And hopefully soon I can come back.
Absolutely. Of course, we'd love to have you back. And she is the one when it comes to Souls games. So you have to get Erica's take on it. That's your take is my favorite take on Soulsborne games.
Thank you.
Because everyone else is like, these purists, they're really weird. Like, you're using magic. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of purists, a lot of elitists. I'm not that. I'm an old mom that plays them. And if I could do it, you guys can do it. That's always kind of my thing. But I wanted to say before I go, my son loves you, Gaz. I know you know it, but I wanted to tell the chat, everybody, you're his favorite YouTuber. So
you can't let your son watch Gaz.
California. Fortitude kids love it.
He loves Gaz. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's your voice or just whatever, but I watch you guys every Saturday because I'm on mom duty typically, and he just gets glued to the TV as soon as he sees
that's so sick.
So
awesome.
It's gonna be cute. And we're gonna show him later me being on here, and it'll be a trip for him to see both of us on the screen.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
that's
so he's only one, but he loves Gaz. So
that's it. That's the mental age of people who like my content. Oh man, shout out to Erica's kid is so cute, man.
Caden, he loves you.
Kids know, man. They have good instinct, and they're like, he's a sick content creator, and he's gonna be a sick YouTuber.
And I know it's because Ace is great too, but I know it's Gaz because whenever Ace is not there, or it's like Gaz with Cult, he still wants to watch it. So it's you. He just likes you. Yeah,
it's cool, man. It's cool. And I'm gonna do game streaming. I'm gonna turn him into a Souls beast as well, because when he's watching, I'll be playing. I can't wait to play Sekiro.
Fun. Yes.
I'm gonna go sick. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Erica. I'm sorry for the crazy, mad podcast.
You're like a celebrity. I say, hey, look, I was with your favorite YouTuber.
Yeah.
To him.
Oh man,
that's cute.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm sorry for this podcast being so all over the place. I'm just descending into madness. Asa knows it.
Like that every time I hear it. It always gets crazy.
Me go crazy, and you guys let me happen. And you guys let it happen.
We try and get it back.
You want conversation with Asa?
I'm definitely when Gaz has me on the show, I try to do it now and then. I'm like, hey.
It's true, man. Like, it's just weird. I thought people need to listen to Asa more. And like in the conversation, Asa, you're so apathetic. Even when I try to reach out to a question to you, like, oh, for fuck's sake, stop doing that. I'm because I want to know what you think. You're such a prick. They make me feel like, doesn't even want to be here.
You guys compliment each other.
Man. He's producing the show.
Yeah, he's doing all that, and he's like the opposite of you, Gaz. You guys complement each other well.
Yes.
So that's what you want. You don't want the same, So.
I know. Asa's wicked though. I want to hear more from Asa. I'm trying to do it. I swear to God, I tried to do it. But Asa doesn't give me any. He looks like a robot. Doesn't tell me any indication. Does Asa want to talk? I've clicked some of his like little muscle twitches. I'm like, Asa wants to talk. Asa. Huh? Oh fuck no! I read that wrong.
He's probably just twitching because 22
I'm
months.
not hard work.
Guys.
I'm really not.
22 months.
Asa is a diva. I swear to God. Trust me. Keep it G, man. Sorry again, also to you about the ADHD podcast, which I was just represented by a latest conversation we just had. I just realized. How are you? I mean, I hope you had a good time on the show. Man, I just tell the people what's in store as well, because you're swimming in the sauce as well.
Of all the shows that I have been on, this one was the most accidental,
the longest.
Great to be here situation, but also longest. Well, I don't know, actually. There was one that was probably close to this, but in the links that was left by Isla there, thank you very much, Isla, there's twitch.tv/SamuraiKibuji. If you tune in maybe an hour or two I'm gonna extend the invitation to people here to play Party Animals with me, and maybe I'm streaming that, and maybe you'll see one of the faces here. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stream that with friends tonight, and maybe Cocoon tomorrow if you'd like to check either of those games out with me on my Twitch channel. But otherwise, Halo's been popping off, so I have a great just gushing session about that, and we'll probably talk about that next week. We'll see. But yeah, I just love fun speculation, and it's always great to do that with people that like to talk about that. And while I'm not as maybe spicy as Gaz, I still love chatting with him because he is a gamer that likes sauce. So we'll see. But yeah, it's just good to be here. So it's good to chat with you guys, and it was good to meet Erica. So
likewise,
you too.
You too, man. And we all love
KGB.
fun speculation.
KGB.
Mav, where's Babe? I haven't seen him for a while. But yeah, man, thank you so much, and definitely check out KBG's stuff and the Halo stuff, because especially that you got me hyped with the way you talked about the Halo is changing. You did the fucking YouTuber thing really well, man. Like, and the voice is like, and now, but I'm really fucking excited. My asshole is so tight. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking feeling it too. It's partly because of your fucking videos, the way you deliver it. It's sick.
Yeah, I try to. It's always the intros, man. It's the intros. I have to think of that, and then the rest of the video you can let off a little bit. So
that's exactly what the formula is. It's just you have to. Yeah. That's why I put so much work in the intro.
The first 10 seconds, you gotta grab them.
Go hard on it.
Yeah,
yeah, it's wicked. But yeah, fucking killed it, man. And yeah, Halo's gonna be wicked. Chat 2 weeks. Everyone's gonna be on streaming and everything. I will be. Thank you so much, both of you. Like, it was a lot of fun. It was a big day, watershed moment in gaming, and we had the opportunity to chat about it with you. It's just I love the chat, despite the fact that it was chaotic. Asa, sorry about the added chaos. I do mean it when I see I'm descending into madness, but no one cares. Tell people where they can find you, and you're doing reviews and stuff. And
yeah,
I hope you enjoy the show.
I love the show. I always love the show. It's always good fun. And Kibiji and Erica are brilliant guests every time. So thank you both for coming along. I think I might have finally found my kind of YouTube calling with these reviews. So it's very rare that I upload a video that I actually kind of like. Nice. And this Immortals of Avian one is pretty good. I think you should check it. I'm going to do a bunch of reviews of games that are already out and about, just to kind of establish my scales and things. But yeah, it's good. So I'm going to be doing more of that. What about you guys? I know you're plotting things. You keep threatening to reveal and show some new stuff. What are you up to?
My stream and YouTube Septic Sauce, I'm going in on it. I can't even hold back on it. I thought I was going to launch it on the ABK deal, but it gets more and more intricate, and I don't want to ruin the surprise. But the branding wise, what I'm going to do, how much content, how often I put the content through as well. Chat, I know I've been saying for a while, but I'm working on something I don't think anyone's doing in this space, or they may be, but I haven't clocked it. I feel like it's a big risk, but I think people will love it because I'm going to go fucking hard. I'm really excited about it. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. When you were telling me, I got excited for you. I was like, yes.
Yeah. It's going to be. You haven't even seen what I did. There's just this other shit I just like settled on, and I think it'll be wicked. You guys are going to get fucking quality. I promise you, man. I can't wait to share it. It's very exciting. That's all I've been thinking about for 4 weeks, working really hard on it. That's why my videos have been slower to produce, because on the background I'm sorting this streaming asset. Everything is just crazy. Not just streaming videos, what I'm doing with the videos, the production quality, learning, lots of editing skills, voice changing and shit. Like, it might sound gimmicky, but wait till you see the quality of the videos. It's going to be very different brand style.
Do you guys agree? Like, right now, content creating is super exciting right now. Like,
it is for me.
I'm just freaking motivated like crazy right now.
So many good games.
It's awesome.
It's just, it's awesome right now. Yeah.
Erica froze there for a bit. It's like the mob boss.
I know. I'm trying to keep moving a little bit, so I'm like, come on, camera, hang in there. But yeah, I just feel like it's just exciting right now. Like, it's.
Do you know why it's exciting? It's because there's a breadth of different variety of games. It's something for everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. Sony guys are a bit salty about their sad dad single player games, but they will come. Spiderman will come, and then you'll forget about it in 2 days.
But I just
enjoy.
I just think it's cool because we all have our different niches and like our different audiences. And it's just where everybody's moving right now. It's just awesome. So
I love that. Anyone who's trying, content creators are trying now, like really good. I can't wait to see Ace's review after this show ends as well, because I saw some tweets on it, but I was out in the protests for the Palestine, but I could see the tweets on it. I'm like, well, what the hell's this? I need to actually see it. So I'm excited. Everyone's doing their own bits. QBG is going crazy as well, the way your delivery and stuff. Like, you're back on Halo, and Halo could be something where you can see hidden Xperia. You'll see him come back on it because he kind of fell away from it. And there's a build up, hype. Mid-gen console hardware, all that shit. Xbox kind of losing that battle, which I've said multiple times, is actually rejigging the conversation now to the right places as well. Because I'm seeing, okay, fine, Xbox takes a big L on power, but like games and the.
Can we talk about ABK?
Oh my god! I'm sorry. This is
you're my favorite. Good shit.
Oh, good shit.
He's so good.
How did I do that with an outro? That was just. I don't even know whose outro it was. I just fucking lost it.
You should tell the viewers.
We all did we all said our thing, and Asa asked you. Yeah.
If you made it this far and you listened this long, just type in the comments, can we talk about ABK?
Just type ABK in the chat. Oh man, yeah. So sorry. Yeah, I'm excited. And games, enjoy them. Chat. Just to let you know, chat. Like I said before, there'll be a channel video going up. The channel is going to be dedicated to videos, streams. The opposite of what I just said. the channel is going to be dedicated to go live, and we're going to enhance the streaming element of it. But if you want to see our individual content, I think that's whether it's better on our respective channels, and Asa doing reviews and streaming in a very different way in VR and just all kinds of shit. And then there's me console warring like a piece of shit, but making it funny and sick with the production levels, and also streaming probably different type of games. I'll be really interested to see what kind of games we stream, but I'm going to get into it seriously, and I'm so excited.
Sekiro first.
Sekiro, I can't wait. That's why Sekiro. Sekiro's going to be sick. Anyway, fuck. So okay, chat. Sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, Erica. I'm so sorry, everyone in chat. If you enjoy the chat. Like, Erica's gonna lose by 5 kg of weight if I don't end the show now. Please like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next week. It's too late, Magnum. Thank you.